not on the music. I'm gonna have to turn this down probably. Maybe if I put it in my comments and pin it. And
what?
Yeah, it just got bright all of a sudden. Okay. What? What?
Watch it.
Watch it.
Button.
The movie?
No, button.
You what?
A button.
What are you talking about?
I said a button.
Bro.
No, bud.
Bucket?
No, I said E-Y-S-Y bud. I will wait you for.
Let me know if you can hear me, bro. Bro, I need a new phone. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. He said he hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was trying to make sure. Y'all know how my lives be. Peace, everybody coming on. I'm at work. Oh, you on your break? Yes, shot o'clock. Okay. Get your shots in the app. Okay. We got a nice little live tonight. I bring up a couple of the bros and we gonna build on some religion versus spirituality, boo. I was trying to get somebody to come on from the religion aspect, but I couldn't get nobody. Couldn't get nobody to come up, so you know how we do. The show must go on. All right. Cheers to you too, sis. So y'all might want to get your snacks, your drinks, whatever you do, because it's going to be a nice little live. How is y'all Saturday going? I'm let me turn it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up, Ty. We waiting on somebody else.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see. Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, I hear me.
You can. Okay, yeah. I got my sis over here with me. You know, we chilling and vibing too.
Okay.
This is what I time.
Well, go find something else.
Well,
yeah, I'm waiting on bro to pull up so I can pull him in.
Okay.
But yeah, how everybody's Saturday is going. I got my eye up. salt or something in my eye. I don't know, but
Going good, going good.
piece of hair or something. I got something in my eye. Where you at the store?
Yeah, man. I'm on the spot, but ain't nothing gonna stop him.
Okay. Cool beans. You just make sure you keep your eyes on the road, okay?
I'm in the passenger seat, and it's gonna be a while for the road, so you know.
Yes.
But everything good, everything good.
Okay. He definitely ain't pulled up here. Let me see if I can take him up in here. Maybe he didn't see me. Did I tell y'all? I did tell y'all, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you did tag both of us.
Okay. I was taking the right person. I got two Heru countries on my page. So I hope I'm tagging the right one. I think I am.
Both tagging the right one too.
I know, right? Do I need to tag both just in case? I'm just playing. No, I think I'm tagging the right way. But you want to go ahead and give your perspective? We can start it off with. I was trying to wait on him.
Spirituality versus religion.
Yeah, you know. I mean, if you want to, I can start too. Or I can start.
But you know that I would say ladies first.
Well, I really just have a small intake. And of course I'm gonna dive in with y'all. Religion versus spirituality to me. Because I know a lot of people might be still, against the Bible perspective. And I can understand it, especially if it's told a certain way, especially the way we all grew up on. But understanding the book itself and the metaphysics, the spiritual aspects about it. For me, religion would be more of a surface knowledge. Okay, the physical aspect is told in that reference, right? But I also have a flip side to that when it comes to religion. Like I said before, we all need something to rely on. And that's just what religion is when it's broke down as a word. So it's definitely something that we all need to rely on. And each story in the Bible is a perspective of yourself. Going through trials and tribulations and the things that you have to rely on, even if it's the inner source within yourself. I mean, I know this now, in a higher perspective, but even in church, it's still looking at something higher than yourself, right? In the physical aspect. So I still look at it as, of course it can be surface knowledge if it's told in a surface knowledge way, a physical aspect. But overall, it's giving us I don't want to say it's not lessons, but experiences. Okay, it's giving us experiences. Hold up, I'm gonna answer your question. It's giving us experiences in different perspectives. It still goes back to self. I do believe in the Bible, but not on a surface knowledge, because the way I decode it, it deals with your higher self. It deals with your everyday experiences and how you move in your journey. All right. Your highs and your lows. So I don't look at it from a church aspect as I used to. I look at it more of the book of self. All right. So relying on myself and relying on my trials and my tribulations, my experiences. Mommy. Wait a minute, baby. My ups and my downs. Okay. It gives me such, of a higher perspective. Okay. Or a higher power within me. All right. That leads myself. Okay. So I look at it a different way. It's history from a Jewish perspective. Yeah, it can be a historical book. You're right. But we all have some type of history in our life, which is our testimonies. You know what I'm saying? Where we came from to where we at now. Okay. From us being asleep to being awakened. All right. Or being more aware of today's knowledge. So I look at it as something, within myself versus outside of me. Okay, so when it comes to religion, I don't look at it as what we was all raised upon. I look at it as it's a source, okay, that book of wisdom, okay, or knowledge within you, all right, that we have to all rely on, which still goes back to ultimately yourself. All right, so I decode it in a totally different way. I don't read it the way that most pastors read it. Not saying that they're wrong, but the understanding of their mindset is literal, and I'm beyond the flesh. All right. Now, when it comes to spirituality, it's a whole walk within itself. All right. It's a change. It doesn't deal with the physical. It doesn't deal with the flesh. It doesn't deal with this realm, with earth, basically, it doesn't deal with anything physical. Okay, that is a supreme being energy that we tap into. And spirituality actually means energy. That's your light. So that spirit is you, your motion, your energy. Okay, so that's how I look at it when it comes to the verses and stuff. That's why I really wanted somebody on religion tape 2 to come on, because I know I have people on my page that are in religion, and I have people that's spiritual. All right. But, we all can learn from a certain aspect, especially those who are still looking at it literal. So that's why I really wanted somebody to come on. But it's all right. We still gonna do our thing. All right. Oh, I'm too high up. Why you didn't tell me I was too far up? My mouth all in the camera.
Mommy.
Let me move back.
I was paying more attention. I was
Y'all
listening.
all up in there. I didn't want my mouth to be all on the camera like that. Thank you, Daddy.
Hey, well, I mean, in a hole.
You just hold your phone
Because the actually.
Can I hear you? I can't speak up some, bro.
Can y'all hear me?
Right up in the church, I see both perspectives. It's levels. Yeah, it's levels to this shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. It's on here.
What she say? She wasn't coming to my house. Daddy's staying here. But yeah, right, sis. It's levels to this. We had to be, you have to learn. It's two sides to the world anyway to make it one. There's a physical and there's a spiritual, and I think a lot of people forget about that.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better now?
Say something now, bro.
I say, can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Y'all can hear him?
Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah. He said going in and out. Who going? Oh, she said you was going in and out. How about now, sis?
How about now? Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better, sis?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, she said it's
good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. When you when you have the right perspective of spirituality, uh, Amos coming from the Bible. When you have the right spiritual perspective, because everyone starts out, even though we say religion, the religion part comes with the teaching. But when we start out, you start out, you start out,
Might say you still can join, Bo.
uh, uh, it still start out spiritual. The only thing different is I give you an example. You're going through a certain you're going through a certain level. Uh, you on your journey. You on your self journey. Now you might not been in church in a minute, right? But there's something tugging. There's something tugging. It ain't even much really first church. Spirit is tugging on you. So you know we kind of go through a fighting moment. So then we say, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to church. Some of us demons after we done parted that Saturday night. I don't care if I got a hangover. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to church. You're looking for something. You're looking for something. You're searching for something. You're really searching for higher self. But when you start to ask certain questions is going to get delegated to someone else, or you're going to get led a whole different way. Now, there's one preacher that I can say when he first started, I want to get his name right. When he first started, this man started on fire. When I say he started on fire, he started on fire because he started out teaching spirituality before a set of people got a hold to him. And if you go back and you watch him, his name is Eddie. When we seen him, he had a lemon lime green suit on. He had that little curly, little short little hair. And we seen him multitude times. That's on Facebook, Instagram. We seen him on matter of fact, we seen him on YouTube. But when he started talking, and if you seen this church, it was a mega church. But he was talking about higher self. He was saying, he didn't say nothing about giving any power to something outside of you, outside of self. But now, as he went on and he progressed and progressed, then a group of people came in, and all that got rearranged and changed up. And that's to be the part, and that be the part because a lot of times when we searching for stuff, you got certain questions. Somebody you're gonna keep asking. That question ain't you're not satisfied. It's gonna get delegated to somebody else. It's gonna get delegated to somebody else. How I know that? Because I done been there. Now I was one of them type of ministers that when they asked me, look, if I don't know, I'm finna go dig. I'm finna
Okay.
dig. I'm not just finna just tell you don't anything. I wouldn't about that way, but spirituality is our science. It's our science. And once they understand that, and as I think his name was, his name started like my name, Ty. I can't pronounce your whole name, bro, so I'm gonna just say Ty. As Ty asked, it's from a perspective. Well, you have to understand. We understand when you able, as sis say, decode. When you start to decode, and when you also know your history, you can know the difference in there of his story versus your story. And I've been telling people this for a long time. We keep hearing the word Jew, Jew. Let's let's die with the word Jew. It's not Jew. It's jewel. It's jewel. According to the Bible, and I'm saying according, because I'm going like with the preacher said. According to the Bible, Jacob was called Israel, right? Jacob was called Israel. Now, I'm going to give it to you from another perspective. By me knowing everything that's ancient dealing with the book is here, America, here. If everything, if everything is dealing with here and Jacob is called Israel, well, if I go to Cairo, ancient Cairo, Chicago, it has a Jacob. Jacob was son to Egypt. Jacob, Jacob was sent to go get stuff to eat, corn. Corn is dealing with Texas. Say, go ahead. Come on.
I was just thinking when old girl said, going back to the Jews look at it as historical
Hmm.
or history. What she was saying, I just got
Taiwan.
a
That's
take on it.
the name.
It's history from a Jewish perspective. I just wanted to add this into that because it was just still in my mind. That is true, what she was saying, but the earliest Jews were of colored people. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yes. And it keeps saying, the word Jew. It's Jewel. The only person, the only, you remember I got put in Facebook jail behind posting that. He quoted, what a terrible thing America is doing to the Jews of God. And when you look up the word Israel, what does Israel mean, sis? ISIS.
ISIS, Rael.
ISIS, Ra, Elohim. The word God, Elohim has been substituted with God,
Oh, yeah,
because
Elohim.
Elohim means plural. So when you start diving, you can start decoding, and then no one can really just tell you know anything. And that's the thing, because in the beginning of the Bible, it tells you these are allegorical meanings. Now, don't get me wrong, they have their allegorical meanings, but they have a spiritual thing. Is more than flesh, but it's also giving you flesh, it's giving you spiritual, and it's giving you a lot of history. But here's the thing when it comes to us. Yes, that's right. That's right, sis. You got it. But here's the thing when it comes to us. Now, as a minister, I was told you can't when it comes to the Bible, you can't add to it or take away. Okay, when it say study and show thyself approved. Study. It didn't say study the Bible. It didn't say study the Bible. See, there's a lot of things that you can study. Now, when you do start studying dealing with Christianity, you have to be careful, because if you don't know, you'll find yourself in a rabbit hole trying to find your way back.
Right, right.
I'm just telling you the truth, because I done been there, I done done that. But when you start really digging, see, me, I have a different perspective now. See, I have a perspective. I'm cool with the decoding, but I want to give you where it all come from. See, I want to give you where it all come from, because I'm gonna just share my perspective on this, and
Go
I'm
ahead.
and I'm and you hearing it from the horse's mouth, because I used to say it, but I'm no longer gonna say it no more. I understand there's Jesus when you pronounce that right, because the J is young. It's Jesus. So when you Jesus, that's Hell Zeus. Then I understand Yahshua. Well, I used to, because in much in the Quran tells you that was a prophet. He was he was a light barrier. He was bringing. It says he was greater than Moses. Moses was taught by the Egyptians. Well, okay. Jesus was took there at the age of 12. We ain't hear nothing else about him until the age of 30. Yahshua, I mean. Now, when I started digging in everything, and let's just say we started dealing with the him, the 12 prophets, right? I mean the 12 apostles. What we know those dealing with this here cranium, right? These 12 craniums, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to the Tamari people, you're gonna see them. And if y'all, I done showed that. I done showed that. I got pictures of me with the shirt on. You can see them all in the Electra boat. They all behind Osiris and Haru. They all behind it. Those are all your those are all your apostles. So now I want to push the envelope a little further. Now it's funny to me. I'm just speaking for me. It's funny to me. The same great Ramsey is supposed to have died in the flood. He's in a museum. But when I start asking the question, we say Yahshua, how is we can find all these great, great pharaohs and queens, but we can't we, we can't what she say? It's when it says see, that's why I say I like to go to the origin of everything. So when I go to the origin of everything, and if you saying Hebrews, and Hebrews still deal with Israelite, and we just broke down what Israel is, because Israel was never considered a country. That that country came in 1940, 1948. It was never in a country. Even much the Bible tells you the same thing. But see, here's the thing that when we start uh, debating things, if it's dealing with ISIS raw, and I showed this on our last connected dots, I showed everyone when you see the flap that went over that Pharaoh's knee, you see the same thing of the brothers in purple that's supposed to be the Israelites, the Hebrews. See, I always tell people, follow the feather. When you the origin, the origin of the story, and sis gave that away. The origin of the story, the origin of the story is the origin of the story is when you start dealing with Heru. Heru was replaced with Hebrews. Heru, the bird people, Heru, the same people. So when you go back to us teaching the Greeks, what we know known as the Egyptians, when they start saying they was the feathered people, the bird people, what they said, the angels, those are the
You can
same
join.
people. Huh?
No, I
You
was
say what?
telling you, she can join.
Yeah, she can join. And what I'm telling you is exactly what you're saying. But you're going down into history. They're the same people. Egyptians, Israelites, what you want to say Jew, they're the same people. But if you don't do do your due diligence of history, and here's another thing. When I say follow the feather, I also show the receipt of where that 40 years of going in the desert, that goes back to the indigenous people here, the Mu, the Mers, the ones with the feather. That's their
Okay,
story.
okay, we'll still be on here too, sis.
Yeah, that's their story. And that's how everything, this is when they start to switch everything. Now here's the crazy part. We already know that their hue is dealing with us. And even much they gave it away. If you look at them Jews, when we first started seeing them, what are they dressed up in? They're dressed in black. What is the most richest thing when you disconnect this from your spine? That what is it called? Because I always get that word up. That under you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, it's a dude. I'm sorry. I see
It's a dude. That's why I said top.
Oh,
That's why I
okay. I'm
said
looking from
top.
this perspective. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to say
Now,
this. I was looking at the picture, but I guess the way it looked, it made me feel like I thought it was a female. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
the obligato. Man, I can't get that word every time I try to get that word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the
And it say
richest.
Taiwan. I don't know why the fuck I thought.
Uh,
I thought it was sis. That's weird. My bad. Don't
but,
take it hard.
but that's the most richest melon, the carpet. And when you pull that up, it goes just say. And when they take that up, it does just like that lock that they wear. See, if you don't understand what they doing, they're telling you. But see, the whole thing is it goes back to the verse, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge." Because if you don't know your history, your true history, then they can tell you anything, and you will follow anything that's in the Bible. Yes, it's dealing with us because how is it that a lot of people done took on our identity in many different stages, and how is it that we done had 13 different identities? That part. How is it that we done had 13 different identities? Some came back to the same one, just in a different so-called time frame. But when everyone else has been pretending to be us, see, they like the joy, the soul, the spirit part of being us. But boy, when it comes to on that self journey, they don't want to do that part. They don't want to go through that part. See, it's cool. It's cool to kick it. Cool to come to the cookout. Yeah, you. But say when it come to going through, hey, guy, hey. Yeah, you know, we got this word, and I'm just, you know, we ain't in church, but we have in church. But I'm gonna show you the difference. Y'all know how when we like some that trip us like, God damn, what they say, Jesus Christ. I'm like, shit, God dog, I thought he was supposed to be a little bit more. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all know me. I'm gonna put the joke, but I'm giving you straight facts. It for me, we need to know the for me, we need to know the origin.
It is.
To believe in something outside of yourself.
It should be connected. I hope
So
it's
that you
connected.
won't
I
have
got Taiwan coming up too.
yeah.
It say adding.
It is
So
more
there.
easy.
Hey.
What's going
Hey.
Peace.
on? What's happening?
I got about 10 minutes. I just want to say like a few things. Nah, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody.
Y'all open-minded over here, so.
Okay. But one thing I will say, as far as Jacob, the earliest time we see Jacob is pretty much when the Hyksos conquer Egypt. Jacob is like the second or third pharaoh. That's an Asiatic. That's not us. One more thing, when we go to DNA analysis, we can trace their DNA. We know that they're not us. Also, they went against us, and them were the ones that eventually took over. They came into Egypt pretty much they was hungry, and we fed them. And they saw that, but what hear me out. But what y'all, I feel like people do is they take what we told them and flip it. It sounds like us, but it's not, because you can kind of say that, but in reality, that's them. They was Hebrew. They spoke a Semitic language. We speak. Don't get me wrong. It's a part of the Afro-Asiatic family, but overall, that's not
Oh, you froze. Froze up. Yeah, you froze up right there. We ain't catch everything you was saying.
Oh, hold on, hold on. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Damn. It should come up now. Yo. Damn. Hold on.
What happened? He can't hear you, sis. Nah, you on mute.
Oh, yeah, I
You
forgot I was on mute. My bad. I was muting, so y'all would hear my back noise
yeah.
while they was talking. Taiwan, yeah, if you can come back up, I think he heard us though when he got his
It's
camera right.
yeah, I think
Let me see. Nah, he not in the pool, so I can send him the invite. But yeah, what do y'all think Taiwan was saying so far? Till he come back up here, or y'all want to wait till he get back on?
yeah.
Hopefully he'll be able to join back.
I just had no cat.
This is why I state, when we state in the Bible, this why I'm when I first started giving people spirituality, I always gave people spirituality. I first gave them history. If you don't know your real history, then anything I'm saying to you is gonna sound foreign. Yeah, we just gotta wait till him to come back up.
Right. I want to see what else he had to say. His phone kind of went out.
Yeah, his phone went out, but we just waiting on him to click back on.
And like I always say, y'all can always come up if y'all want to speak your piece, speak your, what you got, what I'm saying, add to the collective, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Stand for
trying to
something or fall for anything. Simple, exactly. My whole thing,
stand for something
my
or
whole
fall for
thing is,
anything simple. Yeah. For real, for real.
my whole
For real, for
thing
real.
is, I got this one question I want to pose to y'all. Now, y'all done seen me gave a lot of receipts dealing with history, and I gave you one that's when I say you can go to the library, and you're gonna see her standing there above, but it's gonna say America. My question to everybody, since we dive into spirituality and versus religion, what was your spirituality? What was I allegedly before we encountered anybody joining? I'll let that question go once he come back up. Let him finish.
Religion, a cult, mob mentality. I mean, yeah, from a spiritual aspect, not spiritual, but from a physical aspect, that religion is that all day. But if you look at it like I look at it from a higher perspective, so it's different. Well, I don't even want to say a higher, just a totally different perspective versus dealing with the suit. You know what I mean? So, but if you're looking at it from that perspective, hell yeah, it's a cult, it's a mob mentality. Dealing with the churches on a physical aspect. But even that still has a higher meaning, a deeper information of, knowledge dealing with it symbolically. So I don't look at it that way. But You're right from that standpoint. It definitely could be seen that way. Spirituality is a true relationship with God and realizing you are one. That is a fact. That is a fact. I like that. Yeah, that's a fact.
Sure, there ain't much in ain't much in church. You
Yo,
still see
yeah,
our
bro, it's trying to come back on. I think it disconnected again though.
soon as you when you look at church, a lot of our ancient rituals are still there. One is a libation poured. It's just did different now. It will be poured red on your head. Now it's just you being dipped. You just being dipped into the water. It's still going back to the water.
Could
Everything is
religion
still
be also an outskirt? I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But I understand your part too, sis, with it. You know, it keeps you in a box, stopping you from coming into your highest self or even asking questions to get to the truth. That is completely true, especially if that's the way it's taught. But, you know, if you look at it from a broader perspective and understand the collective, you know, even as one, you have to rely on some type of inner source, even if it's just you. So you really are the religion.
I mean, every book,
We
every
have to let
book.
that book go. We taught them. We don't need their Bible. Yeah, we did teach them. We definitely did. And then we taught them from a literal stance. We didn't teach them from a spiritual, magical stance. And that's where you have to decode it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can read it and understand that it's me, you know. It deals with self. You know what I'm saying? That Israel. It deals with that completely. Not Israel, because I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to you as one.
As one. It's you. Everything in there is an example of
Every
you.
time you ask a question, they say don't question God. I mean, because God will be your inner self. You can't question yourself, especially if yourself is going to tell you, you know, even with that little small little bitty voice in your mouth, I mean, in your head, is telling you, you know, what, you know, the things you got to do, or don't worry. Because if you look at it from that standpoint of, you know, worries, you know, give it to God, which is just putting it into the atmosphere and letting it flow, then that's, yeah, you don't want to ever question your own destiny, right? I wouldn't even question myself, especially when it comes to, you know, cause and decisions.
Okay, so let me pose the question again then. Before before all that, what was we what were we practicing?
Huh?
What were we practicing? I live
Yeah,
by the
yeah, you
law,
got to learn that physical
stand on
body
my
first. You got to
instruction.
learn the physical aspects. I live by the Bible facts, creating my own story though through its metaphorical. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Let
So
me in, coach. Hey, I'm bringing you in.
yeah.
Yeah. So what was that question though, Ty?
What were we practicing before all that?
Hold on, no
Before
lie, I
before
just dropped
Hold
the
on,
whole chair.
hold on,
uh
bro. Every time I ask the question, yo, yeah, hold
Let
on.
me
Go
mute
ahead, Steve.
myself. Hold on.
Girl, don't. Hey, I be with bonnets too on y'all. Don't even play.
Let me get in here.
How did you get back in here? Get out of here.
she say let me in too.
Now,
Look, she said, okay, look, cause but look, I just want to say real quick what I was texting because before y'all go deep, dive deep, um, cause I started in the church, and you said I'm mad that none of the religious people wanted to get on, so I was like, I can play both sides, so let me be devil's advocate tonight
okay,
because
okay,
so we can
yeah.
spice it up on a Saturday. But real talk, like people still in religion don't understand my way of thinking, and they still trying to figure me out. And they tell me when you coming back to church or when you coming back to God, and I don't know how to explain. So really, I need my family's help tonight since we're on the topic of religion and spirituality because it's like how do you explain to someone that it's like I never left God? If anything, I got closer to God because you're looking at God as this man, and I'm looking at God as an energy that is within me. So I'm now vibrating at a higher frequency than I was when I was in church. So they saying like I got a coworker, she's like, "Oh, you need to come to church with me. You need to." I sing all the gospel songs. I quote all the scriptures. I be like, "Won't he do it?" I fit in. I play with him. I laugh. I joke. She's like, "Girl, you in the book." I said, "I know. I am the book." She don't understand what I'm saying, but she's still trying to get me in with the religion, not understanding my spirituality. So what I said
Spirituality
was
and
like,
religion,
I
it really
live
goes
by the
neck
Bible.
and
Like
neck.
I
It's
quote
just
scriptures.
one is the surface and one is, well, to me, if we want to dictate it that way, one is surface, one is higher, right? But I still see it in a different perspective now. It's still the same thing to
It
me.
is one and the same. It is one and the same, and that's what I'm getting at. Because it's like, okay, like y'all said something earlier. I forgot which one it was. But when he said something, a scripture came to mind. And the scripture was from what did you say? He was like, "Oh, when your enemy is hungry, feed him. When your enemy is thirsty, give him something to drink. This pour heap and coals on your enemy head." These are scriptures that I quote from the Bible, but it has symbolic meanings. It's symbolism. Like, what is that really saying? You get what I'm saying? So I use it as a tool and a guide. But I don't believe in a man, but I believe in the message. But I'm not religious because I'm not confounded by that religion or the rules of it. However, I reference it, I use it, I live by it, I meditate with scriptures. The Bible says, "Whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are just, meditate on these things." So I don't lower my frequency no more, worrying about what's going on and giving credit. Oh, the devil busy today. No, everybody busy every day. What type of time you on? What type of energy
Right.
are you tapped into? Because when you say the devil busy, you giving the energy to this lower entity. But if you're thinking about the good, lovely things, you can't be worried about the negative things of a lower vibration, which you would call the devil.
That's true.
So like
That's true.
everything is money. Like you said it earlier about allegory. About allegory is giving lifelike personifications to inanimate objects. Right. So I'm gonna teach since that's what I do for a living. Look, so if you want to take it there, or personification, extreme exaggerate hyperbole, extreme exaggeration. If you want to go to the literary elements and go back with history and facts and everything that we teach in the school system, right? They basically telling you that they're giving lifelike qualities to inanimate objects, and scientifically that's not possible. Like you can't, like how I gave an example. I could say I walked down the sidewalk. As I was walking, the sidewalk jumped up and grabbed my leg. What happened to me as I was walking? I fell. I tripped over the sidewalk, but I said the sidewalk jumped up and grabbed my leg. But I'm trying to paint the picture. Somebody that has the knowledge, oh, the sidewalk can't jump up and grab her leg. So what's she trying to say? Oh, she tripped. She stumbled. But so that's what it is, and that's how I look at the Bible.
He say Yakub. Okay, yeah, that
He's
goes
talking about
hand in hand.
Jacob. Instead of
Yeah,
J, he put a Y. It's just like instead of God, they say Yah. Yeah. But spirituality and religion.
It's still
So
the
that's
same reference. To me,
exactly.
that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Even though your perspective might be a little different, it still lines up as the same fucking force of energy, the same source of energy, the same motion. It's just different perspective, different characteristics, even in religion, like the way we was taught. We just understand the flow of the energy when it deals with self, period. Like there's no suit that can identify this. He
Now,
was
when
the
they ask you, so now, what was your question? You said, how can you explain it to them?
yeah.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
basically my question that I wanted y'all to help me with is because I quote the Bible and I reference it in the scriptures and they see that I know the Bible, but to them their question is why don't I go to church, or why won't I go to church with them, or when am I coming back to God? But I don't want to get in a great debate with somebody that I work with, my coworker. So how would I just because you keep asking me, you're not getting a hint. Like you're not getting a hint.
But
I don't believe
even in the Bible, not to cut you off, but even in that book, it tells you are the church.
Exactly.
So the God dwells within. And if people understand just even that little bit of information, something would click. Okay, like, okay, if God is within me, I don't have to go to a physical stance.
That's what I said. Like she's like, oh, you know the book. I said I am the book. She's like, oh, when you come to church with me, I am the church. Oh, I could have said God does not dwell in temples made with man's hands, because that's in the Bible too. But so yeah, but basically, like, and it's not only her, and it's not only people I work with. It's people that I grew up with. People from my childhood. It's people from New York. It's people from everywhere that saw me, know me as this girl, grew up, go to church, sing on the choir, teach Sunday school, praise dance, and all that. But now it's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, why you not? They think, oh, you going to hell. Like, how do you? What's up? Because since we're talking about religion and spirituality, so how do we, basically, we need to find a way to bridge the gap or merge it together to get them to understand that religion is spark spiritual. I would have never became a spiritual person if it wasn't for me learning the Bible and reading for myself and studying to show myself approved, going through the Hebrew Israelite stage and knowing or believing that I'm a black Jew under the curses, because they still believe that in their religion, because Hebrew Israelite is a religion too. So how do we exactly? So how do we tell them that, bro, you left one religion to go to another one, but you still you
have to
are
rely on something.
exactly. But why you can't trust in yourself with that same energy?
And that's you being a religion.
That's what I meant by religion keeps you in a box. Because when you be like, oh, they be like, you can't go to no other churches. Oh, you can't question God. Oh, but what if, so Adam and Eve, and they like, oh, they don't have the answers, so they say don't question God. But the God in me is telling me, yeah, you gotta be a little smarter than that. You gotta see between the lines. You gotta read.
That's where you
Go
need
ahead,
to
bro. Because he like, look.
now, but that's where you have to see everything has a line. Ain't much in the book it had a line drawn. You was gonna be on this side or you was gonna be on that side. And you had to stand 10 toes on what you was believing in. Rather you was gonna get, and according to that Bible during that time, you was gonna be unalive or you was gonna stay alive. Now on that other side, who was they worshiping? See, here's the part that where a lot of people don't do a lot of digging. And I'm going to keep harping on knowing your history. That calf had the divine horns and this taken out. That calf was known as Hathor, interchangeable with Isis. This is when it was the goddess. Moses he represented the patriarch. So when you understand the story, ain't much the 10 Commandments or 10 of the 42 laws of my eye. Now, when a person asks you, well, you say according to the Bible, and it say I am, and then you just go to this. Well, they say we're not gonna stone thee for the great works, but we're gonna stone thee for the blasphemy of God. Then he said, is it true, and it cannot be changed, that ye are gods? He's quoting Psalms. Then you ask, break down ye. Then if that don't work, why would he say you can do greater works than I if you believe? Now wait a minute. Let's hold that. Now hold that.
Hold that.
Now if this is God now. God is going to tell you that you can do greater works than he if you believe. This goes back to the man. You froze, sis, with that.
Now I just realized it. Like, how? Y'all got me laughing.
She froze.
Yeah, but I'm giving you things that when it's certain things, and see, I don't like cherry picking on neither side. I don't like it on the church side,
I'm gonna have
and
to.
I damn sure don't like it on the spiritual side, because I done been there where you was. And look, all my closest people are Christians, and then some are Muslim. Matter of fact, my partner is a Muslim. Hit me early. He hit me last night. I was asleep. We talked today. They know me. I've been doing this for a long time. I show up to the places where
I didn't do that.
My birthday. My birthday. My birthday. My birthday. I see.
It cut. Can you hear me?
well, every time we start going in, it's something always trying to happen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, that shit cut me. Like, all I did was try to change my camera. And that bitch cut completely off.
Loud and clear. We can hear you. Look. Every time we start getting in, it start heating
Getting
up. I tell you
in.
that they be like fire with like Jeremiah.
Man, you know what?
Okay.
You know what? It's
And
always
then
Like,
I
for
got look,
real.
and we got those spirits too warming up.
Kneel. Okay.
yeah,
Kneel.
like I
Everybody gonna have to come back to this live.
Yeah.
yeah, man, like I was saying, some of my close people, man, they are Christians. I mean, we be built, and I got one of the men. We be building. In the perspective, you have to have a open mind. But
Peace, peace.
but I got this question, and I want I want y'all to answer this question. I want y'all to answer this question because I'm trying to get an understanding. Don't get me wrong. I dive in the Bible. What were we practicing? What were we
What will
practicing?
we practice?
No, I'm saying, what were we practicing spiritually when we before we greeted them on the shores? What were we practicing? I'm gonna go further than that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that time. What were we practicing when we first encountered everybody? What were we practicing? I'm saying spiritually.
You talking about before spirituality?
I'm saying before there was ever before we even encountered the Christians. What were we practicing?
You mean like when we? Well, I feel like back then, I don't to my knowledge, from my opinion, back then before like you mean before like the Bible or anything like that,
Oh, the Bible.
like
Okay.
be like before all of this, before religion was came into play, we was just following the ways of life, the basically what you would call like the laws of the land, pretty much. Like just knowing certain things, like knowing before all this came into play, we was just basically living, coming up with the sun and trying to figure out what time it is by looking at the stars or looking at the position of the sun or sundown is 6 o'clock. This time is noon. So I would say before we had anything, we had to figure it up and create or make what we thought it was.
And you know what? You're right when it comes to that because you know why? We left it all for ourselves to find. We left it for ourselves. Everything that's going on scientific that they've been trying to prove, we did that a long time ago. Let's
It's
just
about a remembrance. Even the Bible say everything that is now already was once before.
so so if we know that, if we know that, we already know the origins of everything. We know the origin. We know exactly where that book and how it's put together. We know exactly the origin where that comes from. We know Heru, is the Jesus. Excuse me, somebody pull up next to me. But we know the Heru there is the Yahshua. The only different thing is changing is certain things that you have to know. Now, I used to get my
I would say
head
we were just going with the flow.
used, and you know what going with, and then you know what, sis, you're right, because it was a different. The whole thing of going with the flow was we was tapped in. We're still tapped in. The only thing, the difference what I tapped in is that that we have the religion. You can still see it.
That is so true.
We're still tapped in. But
And you know why?
the only thing that makes it a little distorted is the teaching of the religion.
I was just about to say, and then back then we were so tapped in and connected because we was growing our own food. We was doing everything like that's before we had the money system. That's before we had to go buy groceries. We was growing groceries. We was picking, so we was healthier. We didn't have all the extra chemicals, pesticides. They trying to GMO, hurry up and make this, make this to get more money. The more we put out, the more they gonna buy. Back then we had to wait for the stuff to yield, crops, everything. So it was a different, yeah, it was a different lifestyle. We ain't had we ain't
I'm
had no
agreeing
jail
with you.
system or nothing. So it's like when I say we going with the flow, we live by the laws of the land. We just automatic. If you got a hut right here and I got a hut right here, I'm not gonna rob you. I'm not gonna take for you. We all we got. It was more of a mindset, like the village mentality setting, because all we had to rely on, if you really think about it, the answer is all we had to rely on was ourselves.
Now, where you just pointed at,
All we had to really rely on was ourselves.
now
So
come down and go to the side. Come down and go to the
yeah,
side. Now, what's that right there?
that's your penile gland, or however y'all
Now,
want to say it.
now, that's the
Oh yeah,
penile. That
up
right
here,
there, that dent right there.
Simple.
What's that? That dent right there. What's that called?
your temple.
Oh, temple. Now, see, there's the difference. This is the temple that God dwells in. That opens right there, and that sits in the middle of the Vatican, where a lot of that stuff
I'm here.
started. The temple. So, if we was going with a flow, and what do we know? It says as above, so below,
So
right?
below.
So
We was
below.
we was tapped in with the flow. We're still tapped in with the flow, but you know what it is? It's a resistance, and you know the resistance it comes way back. It's dealing in the blood. It's dealing with us not knowing. Some of us have the some of us have a lot to do with where we at right now. So when I when I share with people on a daily basis, because I'm at I work, one of my jobs at a store, and it really trips me out how their faces light up when they can see something, not with no
Charge over there behind the thing. It's crazy because as much as I go live, I've never been like, I'm going to take my fucking internet off just in case. Because this is some crazy ass shit.
Here you go.
They keep blocking my live.
Why?
I don't know, mama.
Anything high about anyone. I got an idea. How about your box? Handle. Your handle you want.
They don't want us talking about this topic. Because I have never went through this much. Okay? Yeah, I'm trying one more time. Because other than that, I'm going to take my ass to YouTube or TikTok. They're playing with my girl. You're playing with your girl. Right. I've never went through this much. Like, it seemed like They don't want this topic out of here. They don't want that topic out because ain't nowhere in the hell my internet cutting up like that. My internet ain't cutting up like that.
Yeah, sis, I'm telling you, it's me. Y'all talking about as
So you need
above, so
to.
below. You see my trees behind me. It's like every time we tap in and we getting down
Every
to the nitty
time.
gritty.
Like, it's some bullshit. Like,
We
come
getting down
on,
to the
y'all.
nitty gritty.
I've never, I thought I sent to you a thing. Like, this is the third fucking time. Like, I cannot believe it. Okay, see, you probably got to come through the other. I
But
knew this was
what he
going
was,
to happen.
look, he was saying something, and I was waiting to chime in. I saw you put yours on mute. I said, oh, let me shut up. Let me put mine on mute so I won't be disturbing nobody. But he was
Right.
getting into it, what he was talking about earlier. Oh, I said the peanut gland because if you look in the thing, that's the eye of Taurus. But the earlobe, something inside your head look like the rock. And it's right here.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The
So that's
pioneer,
why I
the
said that.
pioneer,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's up here, but in the representation, it looks like the inside of your eardrum.
Oh, yeah, like, I know what
So
you're
it's
talking about.
right here,
Yeah, the
but
piece
all of this
inside
is
the ear,
connected. And when you go to
yeah.
the doctor, they tell you that your sinus cavity, your nose, your eyes, your ears is all connected. If you can't breathe, you ain't gonna be able to taste right.
Right,
Your taste gonna
that's
be
it.
off.
That's
So
it.
everything, yeah.
Right,
See, the two don't
right.
connect.
I remember a
Okay,
few years
I
ago,
know
I
what.
said the ears were
Yeah,
portals.
right.
The ears was a fucking portal
Right,
on the body.
it is, and we are because everything. I saw something the other day. The man arm, it was a meme or something, but they put a leaf next to his arm. You can see all the juicy veins popping out, and you can see like the leaf. Everything within us is outside of us.
That's
So whatever you're
that.
looking out on the outside of you is within you, and that's the connection they don't understand. Because and it bothers me. Like yo, my sister. Shout out to my sister real quick. She just beat cancer, y'all. She has stage 4 blood cancer tumors all throughout her body, over 100 tumors on the x-rays, right? But my point is, everybody like, oh, God did it. It was her mind and her willpower to do better and to follow the rules and to change her diet and to have a healthy mindset and with her the support of her friends and family encouraging her, you got this. Like I told her every day, you the strongest soldier I know, not was, still is. And that's my little sister, like, yo, you too tough. She was bad, fighting everything, but it's her strength, her grit, your willpower, your perseverance. So yeah, they want to give credit to somebody outside of themselves, but that was all you, sis. You did that. You feel me?
Right,
And
That was
religion makes
all
you give
you.
your power away. I'm calling my power back because it's I that had the thought. Because even we want to go back for the religious people, whatever a man thinketh, so is he. So it starts in your mind. So if you got it in your mind, then that's what it is. And we got to give thanks to God. But at the same time, we forget to give thanks to ourselves. That's why we beat ourselves up so much. That's why we always down on ourselves and hard on ourselves. But if we looked at ourselves and believed in ourselves with the same energy that we believe in God with, we wouldn't be down, out, and depressed.
I swear to God, I feel like somebody reporting my live. Because every time, look at me, I'm froze again.
Oh my gosh. It's so, see, that's sad.
Because ain't no way. You know I be on live all the time. This shit ain't never went down.
See, so when y'all wonder why should not never talk?
Right. This shit
Why
ain't
should
never
not never talk?
went
Because they
down.
get the game.
And I'm just like, hey, fuck it, I'm froze. But I didn't do
Well,
nothing
don't,
last time either. It still cut my ass.
and bro never came back too.
Yeah, he
So I was just
didn't.
running my
Matter of
mouth,
fact.
holding his space, waiting on him to come back in so I could chime off of what he said. But it's whatever you want to do, honey bun, because right now they playing games.
That is crazy. It's wild. This is a nice live, and I wanted to really. I mean, we still got some points across, but at the end of the day, we were still building. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
building.
Well,
I don't
hey,
know
look, make
why,
another
and I'm gonna
live
cut
so I
my
can get
internet
something else.
thing off, my Wi-Fi off, so it can just be straight my phone, and it's still.
All right, darling. Well, it was nice. And if they come back on, I'll pop in. And they
Right,
go to YouTube.
right,
So
sis. They
Shay say
watching.
they watching. Yeah, they
Watching
watching. They
hard.
watching. They out
Sweet.
there. And then yep. And then you got the energy vampires too. That's why they look.
Okay.
They over here trying to take up
Okay.
all that life. We ain't having that today. You ain't telling the truth today. You ain't gonna awaken somebody today. But we do it any day, every
I was
day,
talking
regardless.
about, he just texted me to my, am I still going live? Yeah, I don't start it over. This,
Oh wow, we're here.
I swear to God,
Start
this time
start
I'm going
over
right
again
to
and time him
YouTube.
in.
See, when they come to these topics, because I got a lot of deep topics that I do want to talk about that's controversial and hypocritical in a way on both sides, you know. And I know if I do it, now they're proving to me now, okay, that I'm gonna have to be on another platform to do this shit because it's too many people watching on this app, whether you believe it or not, it is. And it ain't my internet, nigga. Okay, for those somebody she got a bad connection. It ain't that. Okay, I got a great phone. I got great service. Okay, I promise you, it's not the internet. I go live regularly.
It's not the internet.
Oh, bro, back. See, they showing me people that ain't even in here. I mean, I don't even know people in here, and it's just this type of energy
Yeah,
when
it just
when I'm
say
live.
two. It just say two viewing, but
Right,
I'm
and
pretty
it
sure
be
you
other
got a
people in
whole
here, and I don't
audience.
never see that shit. Don't never see it. Time one joining. Hopefully it connect. Cause last time I've been trying to get them on here, and it say joining, but they don't never connect. Somebody
Or
don't want us to
hang
do
up and
this.
connect
But
him
it's
one
all
more
right. I got a
time
lot
and
of
see what happens.
topics for this motherfucker.
Or hang up and connect him one more time and see if it go through.
Oh yeah, go through the original live too. Yeah, instead of the notification one. Cause that'll do it
And
too.
the same people watching gonna hop right back on the next one.
That's all right, cause I'm gonna put all these fucking clips together. I'm gonna edit them together.
Right. There you
Making
go.
one little
That's what
video,
you want.
okay?
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
We know it.
That
Y'all, thanks for watching though. Thanks for tapping in for real, cause we was trying to tell you something, but
yeah, I know, Shay, you can watch and listen without joining it. I know those be the motherfuckers I be talking about in the bushes. But see, like I said, I got a lot of people on both sides on my friends list. And I really want to get to the middle of it. Because
yeah.
the middle of it is a 0 point of overstanding both sides.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people forget that. Even though we came away from the Bible because we like, oh, we've been bamboozled. This shit is not real. Jesus is not real. So we took the whole Bible ain't that it's not real. But that's just not what it is. It's the image that we was perceived.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not real. They don't take away from the word.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're breaking it down from a spiritual perspective dealing with self, source, all. Okay? But when you start looking at it from an individual perspective, literal, physical, of course, it's going to be like hell to you. It's going to be like that's man-made. But we got to understand we are also, my bad sis, here you go. We are also man-made in this motherfucking realm. Okay?
Exactly.
We have a spiritual side, which deals with source, okay? And then we have the physical aspect, okay, which is the body, you know? And it's also our experience, what things that we have to learn in our journey to elevate. And even in the Bible, in those stories, it's all about elevation. All right? And even in Psalms, you have the poems, because Psalms to me is poems, okay? When it comes to self, on how to evolve, okay? Like they say, there's guys, those are spells. Well, what do those spells do to? They do to self.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I also wanted, like I said, I did want somebody on here on a religion aspect to understand, because a lot of religion people think that people who are spiritual don't believe in a God
Right.
source.
And that's not even the facts.
Right.
We believe in a higher source, but it's just within us. It's not
Exactly.
outside of us.
Right.
Okay? That's the difference. All right? We understand that higher energy of source within us, dealing with all, create, you know, all of us is one. When it comes to the one body, the one soul, and, you know, the one
Right.
country, all of that
That's
shit,
what bro was
spirit, you
talking about
know.
earlier. I wanted to say something when he was like when I said I believe in the message, not the man, because I don't believe in Jesus as a physical person,
Right,
but the message that he
right.
stood for. What bro said was, everybody forgets the fact that he said, "Greater work shall ye
There
do."
is a
So
difference in
what
that.
does that mean? How do we go to the greater? He said, "Don't look to me, but look to my Father which is in heaven." So knowing this and knowing what he did and knowing the miracles he performed, I looked within myself and said, if he did it, he told me that I could do it too if I have faith the size of a mustard seed. What does that mean? I can move mountains. Let me start putting my faith to work, because without the works,
I
my
don't know
faith is dead.
why I won't commit his life. But yeah, go ahead.
And it's
Yeah,
not,
faith without
that's
work is
why.
nothing.
Exactly. So, like, when you start thinking about it like that, putting it together, and stop looking at him or praying, "Oh God, I need this, I need that," or "Jesus, please help me in the name of Jesus." If you use that same faith and believe that you could do it and make small steps towards your goals, you can get it done the same way. Because he said, "Greater work shall ye do," but they missing the message. It's about the Christ consciousness. How do you be more Christ-like? Being more Christ-like is elevating your consciousness, not worrying about the small stuff.
Exactly. I elevate in your consciousness.
Yes, don't worry about the small stuff. Don't worry about who said what, who did what. Just live your life and run your own race and worry about yourself. We've been saying that. Like, it's not, sis posted that today, it's not for the swift, but it's for the ones who perseveres. Like, we all go through stuff. But how you come out of there? How do you think you're gonna come out? Oh, every time I look around, there's always something. Oh, I can't catch a break. Whatever you're speaking out your mouth, that's what's gonna be your reality. And you praying to God, but you canceling out your blessings instead of being like, you know what, I know a way is always gonna be made
This
because
is how
God
I get.
always makes a way.
I make. This is how I make, you know, some, you know, Christians or people in religion to realize certain things. It's just this twist right here. The word of "we are all God's children." The deepest shit you can ever get. Okay? The simplest shit you can even interpret. But if it's told to you as God is a higher being than yourself, but in the word, like, people can manipulate the word to make you think outside of yourself. And we went through that. We don't went through that stimulation, okay, of being manipulated. So we're aware of this shit, okay? But even in that, just that wording, we are all God's children. If a cat has a fucking cat,
It's a
what is it?
cat, bro.
Is a horse have a fucking horse?
It's a horse.
If a bear gets pregnant, what is a bear carrying?
A baby bear.
It's all in nature, right? It's still going to be the same symbolic image. So if we are God's source and we're God's children, that makes you God. So if you read the Bible as if I'm God, your whole fucking mindset changes.
Right.
Okay?
Right. I'm God and I need to pay my bills and I don't got the money, but I'm God, so I know a way will be made. And
Right.
versus, oh, I don't know, I can't catch a break. Like, people don't realize that they keep themselves stuck. And for the religious people, they keep themselves stuck. It's because you are limiting yourself because you are believing that you got to wait for something outside of yourself to get what you need to get done instead of believing in yourself and just doing it.
Of course, okay? Now, even back what I was saying about that guy, right? You being God's children. You know, I broke this down already, dealing with thoughts and process, dealing with your thoughts and what you think, okay, what you manifest. All right? That becomes your children, that becomes your light. All right? Because children actually means light. And it's what you shed on, okay? Because remember, light came from darkness, okay? Light is the spotlight. It's what's going to shed light on your darkness, okay? So, but get back to what I'm saying. God is what we generate. And see, I want people to really understand this. God is not a being. It's not a human. Okay? It is a motion. It is a frequency. It is what you condemn through your thought process into your reality. All right? So when you look at shit like that, it's like, because I'm on that type of time, okay? So I know if I'm fucking up, I know if I'm demonized, because lower self gonna show up. That's the devil.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's all still God energy though.
Fact.
Whether it's God, whether it's the devil or it's Jesus, it's still God frequency.
And
Okay?
we both.
Okay, which is both. All right? You can be a demon or you can be an angel.
Right. I got a shirt that say I match energy. You decide which way we gonna go.
Okay?
I could be an angel, I could be on demon time.
So a lot of things in this reality I see as me, which is me. It's a form of me. It's a form of source, which is the highest supreme being, if they want to say that, okay? But the ultimate oneness or nothingness, okay, that we come from. But I see that, you know what I'm saying, in everything that I do, in every part of this, in this journey, even if it's the system, it's the government, it's the politics, it's the school. I see that shit as the source, ultimately me. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I do know about, like, my bro have his perspective on school, and I have a totally different perspective. And that's because I do have, you know, a child. I am not taking it from him, but because I'm pretty sure, of course, he's seen children go to school, right? So, but I see it on a totally different perspective, because our hearts, which is ultimately, okay, everything that's the foundation of that, the root to all of that, right? To our reality, the thing that we have to have light to have a clear conscience in motion and anything, I see that it has to be schooled. Schools to me are lessons. It's things that you have to learn to evolve, all right? Whether you learn a fucking lie or an illusion and you break free from the illusion and see the fucking truth, it elevates you to a higher supreme understanding within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now you can dictate the lies from the truth, or the left from the right, or the low from the high, or the negative from the positive. You know what I'm saying? And you see in between that shit. Now, I don't knock people who go, that take, you know, school their kids, school them. I mean, that's just your source of way you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But right, Shay, foundation, I was just going to say, everything has a foundation. And it's what you're going to grow from. All right? And sometimes the illusions, the lies, is what gets you through. And I know a lot of motherfuckers ain't going to understand that. The lies is actually what's going to get you to the truth. The lies is what's going to get you through. Okay? Because ain't nobody been honest on this motherfucker since day one. Let's be real.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. You had to learn and you had to live. So, you know, that's why but I love the way we deal. I can't see why bro can't get up here. And I don't want him to think it's me to reject him, because it's not. You're going to see it in the slides, because I'm going to put all these clips together. So you'll be able to see that I'm accepting you, and you see joining and all of that. And I don't know why it's not connected. Because I definitely, like, I'm an open-minded person, so I can listen to anybody's perspective and understand it. Because of where I am in my mindset.
Yeah.
I keep it 99%. I be lying sometimes. Okay. You ain't telling the fucking truth all the time. I know I ain't. I keep some shit to myself. I'm not gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Not
I
all
know
the time.
how we do.
I mean, but I'm real to myself 100%. Okay. But when it comes to the experience, of course, there's going to be a 10% or 1% that I might be like, I might tell a white lie.
Right. Right. A little white lie never hurt
Hey,
nobody.
everybody do it.
Everybody. I don't care if it's something as small as, oh, you gonna cook. If you tell somebody you going out with them knowing good and well you going home and you ain't leaving back out your house for the rest of the night, they'll be all right.
For real. For real.
But
Trust
yeah, just as simple as it is, everybody do it.
Everybody does it. So that's why I wanted to really do this video too, because not only is this just a spirituality thing, spirituality is in tune with self. Religion is actually in tune with self too, because you're relying on yourself, but you've been taught to rely on something outside of you. We've been taught to rely on an image, which is a replica of self. So we've been really tricked by the Gucci with a motherfucking image. Hell, Facebook do that when it comes to these motherfucking filters.
Right.
Be tricked like a motherfucker.
That's why I be coming on here mask off, cause baby,
You gonna see me how you see me, goddamn it. You might see me made up one day. You might see me with my goddamn bonnet.
right.
You might just see me with a ponytail like today. You gonna see all versions of me. And God got multiple names, don't it? Jesus do too. Multiple images too.
Yeah.
And rely on the candidate. Okay. Introvert shit. Right. All right. Shay, you want to come up? You know you can come up here with us.
Shay, come on. I just want to see if somebody else is
because
on by myself.
Taiwan can't come up. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Boy, they really didn't want me talking about this topic tonight. It's all right. I see y'all Facebook. Y'all ain't giving my fucking coins either for my money, but it's all right. I'm going to get them back one way or another.
We don't care how we look, and we don't care how nobody thinks we look.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, hold on. I'm supposed to be able to add 4 people on, right? I mean, 3 people on here, right?
He said I'm on.
Oh, yeah, Ty on here now. But I should be able to invite 3 people, right? Shay said Ty came back. Shay, you just trying to cop out.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Oh yeah,
That,
I can hear me. Yeah, wow.
yeah, that's
that's a deep lie, bro. I'm gonna come with the heat. They're gonna be probably blocking me every fucking chance they get. I'm gonna be froze on these bitches. But it's all right.
Yeah, that was off the chain. But every time you start unveiling things, it's gonna always be some opposition, and that's the whole thing that I'm saying about the truth. It ain't much come with dealing with people, and the only thing one thing that I had to understand is when you get on this side, man, you gotta have some tough skin. It ain't no ain't you understand it's all you. So
Right. It is all you. And I understand, we got to let go of the physical. I understand it's not real. I get all of that. I do truly understand it. But I definitely, I love the beauty, you know what I'm saying, of this reality or this dream, if you want to say. I actually do love the beauty of it because of the level of understanding of where I am and seeing me in every fucking thing. I'm not phased. You know what I'm saying? It is still easy for me to let go when needs to be. You feel me? But that doesn't mean I don't have to enjoy my own royal oats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My own imagination. Kids enjoy their imagination, even if it's not fucking real. They're having a fucking blast. Why can't you have a blast with my own imagination?
And can I share my testimony real quick before y'all finish and dive deep?
Yeah.
Like, basically like what you were saying, like I am grateful for all of the experiences, because had it not been for those experiences and those times when I was teaching Sunday school and singing in the choir and going to church and paying my tithe and offering, like it brought me to where I am now, that I can appreciate that much more what I have and what I've gained through my wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and putting it into use and perspective. I'm no longer thinking like I'm a slave under the curses in Deuteronomy 28 in the Bible. Now I'm thinking that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, but I know that Christ is within me and Christ is me, so I am more than capable. And that is my testimony, and I'm grateful that my son was able to grow up under the Hebrew Israelite and learn all of that stuff, because now when I talk to him and I tell him things about the word, and I'll be like, son, look at that. You see how mommy just manifested this? You see that? You see what I tell you, boy? Everything is energy. And he lights up and he's like, yeah, mom. And then he tells me about his experiences. I'm not teaching my kids how to think. What to think. I'm teaching them how to think for themselves and not lose that creativity. I had so many people for years. They tell me, "Oh, why you so mean? You look mean. You always walking around." I'm not a mean person. To know me is to love me. I see my energy on the phone. That's why I come on live in my own space. I'm a real person like everybody else. But when I post stuff, it's to show you that if I can do it, you can do it too. Because I'm on the Christ consciousness level right now. You get what I'm saying? So I came out of religion into my spirituality, and that's when I became closer to God, when I found out God was within me and God is me. It says, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Huh? What do you think that means? Like, it means, when I read that, I was like, oh, so the God is me. Okay. Got it. Message received. And moved accordingly. And the last of my testimony is, moral of the story is this, like coming into spirituality and losing and forgetting about the rules of the religion, because there's a bunch of rules, do's and don'ts, what you can and can't do. Everybody go to church, break the rules anyway. But because of the rules, I was like,
this shit right.
exactly. They break the rules. Like Tyrone said earlier. He said, yeah, because no matter what they did, they could be at the club, they could be drunk back, hangover. I'm going to church in the morning, and guess what? Grandma told me, you go out, you better get up to praise the Lord if you could go shake the tail for the devil. So I was one of the ones that had to go to church the next day. But the last of it is, it helps me to be my true, authentic self. When I begin to love myself, and when instead of feeling like the outcast and, oh, I don't fit in, it's like, you could call me the ugly duckling, but now y'all can see I turned into a nice swan princess, living my life like it's golden. Why? Because I understood the assignment. I got the message. It's about a level of consciousness, because everything is energy. God is not a he. God is not a she. It just is. It just is. Omnipresent. All places at all times. And us collectively make up the whole of God. God exists because we believe in God, and we need to believe in ourselves because we are God that we believe in.
Okay, we are God's children. Okay.
And I'm on mute, and I'm going back in the dark.
Okay, you good. You good. I was about to say.
She say I'm going back in the dark.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
people.
You know that's the
Need to
first light
realize
anyway,
it.
so I don't know why you turned the light.
Hey, I'm froze, but I'm still here, y'all. This is a good shot. That's all I can
Hey,
say.
that's the first light anyway. That ain't doing nothing
Yeah.
but bringing forth the energy to the light.
Yo, it's 3 people watching, and I promise you, it's like 100 people on here listening to us.
I swear, it's still people popping up because I still see people coming in that's not even on the ball.
Showing me nothing, no comments, no nothing. Oh well.
Well, you
Come
know,
on, keep on. All right, bro, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, you know, me myself, I'm on the natural flow, and sis, know for years I've been saying, when you come online, see, it's a difference when you come on this natural line, that natural flow of what we always flow with. Peace. Peace, everybody coming in. I'm on that natural flow, because the more that I dive in, the more that I dig, you know, it always go back to the origin. And that's the whole thing dealing with this Jew, this Hebrew. It's a jewel. You're the jewel. Just like sis said, the children, we are children of God. You know, we are blessed. Now, I don't deal with that cursing because we know one thing: you have the power to speak life or death into yourself.
Right.
Them dry bones, them dead bones, you can speak life in that. That's like someone, as we say, sleep. So when you start speaking life into them, you start being able to show them. And the difference when it comes to another thing with spirituality and religion is when you come with facts, we're not gonna do no blind, no walking, no blind faith. No, we're not doing that because we already in the remnant of that. But a lot of us are coming out. And when they say chosen, we chose ourselves. That's the whole thing. Because basically, it doesn't matter what book, if it's the Bible, if it's the Quran, if it's the 5%, whatever it is dealing with you. It's all anatomy. You, nothing outside of you. You, it's anatomy. Everything dealing with it, the same as we know earth, we heart. Everything is dealing with you. So when we understand everything is dealing with us, it's nothing outside of you. You are the I am. You. So, everyone gonna have their perspective, but when it goes back to everything. We just gave everything this
Hold up, hold up, hold up. I want to
mhm.
know. That's Jacob y'all worship. I don't worship no one but self. So Jacob is not who I worship. I worship me, the source. Okay? I don't worship nothing outside of me.
Nah, we don't do nothing. We don't do
I
no
tried to see
worshiping.
do that. Yeah, it probably would though.
Uh, uh, we don't do no worshiping outside ourselves. You know, um,
I don't, and I don't knock nobody who do.
yeah, we not in
You
converting.
gotta rely
You,
on something.
yeah, uh, yeah, yeah. It's not no worshiping nothing outside ourselves over here. We worshiping us. You are the I am. You are the God. You are the God. Now, when you go and since you talking about Jacob, when you talk about Jacob and they talk about Jacob wrestling with himself, wrestling with God, wrestling with him high self, him seeing that Jacob ladder is nothing but your 33 vertebrae, 33 vertebrae, 33 vertebrae, dealing with
Yep,
Yahshua
and then the
Jesus,
sun represents the rise of you, the
the
rise of self
rise of you.
every day.
Yes, that son, that when he seen the angels
Well,
ascending,
from my perspective, I'm gonna say that.
yeah, when he seen that angel, shoot, they even showed us that if you go back to when you was a kid and you used to see the ambulance, you would see the ambulance with that snake going up. It had wings and it had a round. That's you. That pole is the 33 vertebrae. It's dealing with you. Everything deals with you. That as you know, what I call ego easing God out the equation. That's you. You got a higher self, a lower self. You the devil and all. Cause it says people get mad when I say that. In Isaiah it said Lucifer is known as the morning star. Jesus turned around and says in Revelation, I'm the morning star. Well, there's a heads and a tails, but if I give you a quarter, it's still what? A quarter. They're one and the same. I mean, I always tell people, man, say, prove me wrong. But I rather go with the natural flow. The natural flow allows you, the only thing can hold you back is you. Not no devil, not no people. It can slow you down. But when it all boils down, only you can slow you down. Feel me? Only you can slow you down. I can see you walking and itching to say something.
I need to go get something right quick.
I mean, because at the end of the day, if everything was a natural flow, tell me how the natural flow stopped with us. With with everything that's been sprinkled in it.
Yeah, the true morning star, I would say, is the sun. I'm sorry. That's the light within you.
Yeah. We understand that with Ra. The
From
same thing.
my perspective, yeah.
Yeah. Goes down, die, walk on water. Wasn't that Ra? Ain't ain't that's the true story? And he walk on water, the sun, S-U-N. I mean,
Yeah, that is a true. That's true.
everything that like I say, when you start knowing history, you can be able to start seeing certain things that's in there that you like, okay, I know what that is. That comes with the decoding. And when we have all these different stories and we don't know where to go when we go to look and see how was that implemented, I'll be like, man, look, man, go find the original and you will understand. It's just like when they say the the Egyptians had the Hebrews, uh, uh, they was enslaved over there for like 400 years. They recorded everything, everything. There's not nothing left out. And you go,
Ooh, you know that damn slavery. You know every corner, the four corners. 400 years, the four
mm,
pillars. Just symbolically, even with your own mind.
mm-hmm.
Okay, the 4 points of your mind. It still deals with it still deals with your it deals with your consciousness. I'm sorry, y'all, but go ahead. I just want to say something.
That's what I was gonna say earlier too, real quick, bro, about when you was talking about the 12 disciples. You got the 12 disciples, then you got the 12 tribes of Israel, but nobody put in retrospect that relates to the Bible stories relates to the 12 zodiac signs. You got look at the stories and what happened. You got the fishermen, you got the balance being with Libra, you got the ram in the bush. You got Aries, you got the two fish, you got Pisces. Like people don't really wanna do the work, like you said, and study to show thyself approved. They just read. That's why I say the blind, they all fall in the ditch because everybody reading. Don't worry about how I look, y'all. Everybody reading, but nobody is understanding the knowledge thereof. So yeah, I just want to throw that in there too. But oh, and then they talk about our crystals and spirituality against religion. Yeah, the 13 too. Shay, that's too deep for him. We ain't even going there. Right. But yeah, because there's a 13th everything. Supposedly a 13th zodiac sign too, but we're not going there right now.
It's no,
Spirituality,
you
Which is
can, you
four
you
can,
can
still at the same time.
yeah,
you can.
because everybody, it's like when you trying to teach somebody something or get them to understand, you got to give it to them in bits and pieces. That's why I say read the Bible here little, there little, precept upon precept, line upon line. You got to take a little bit from here, a little bit from there. You got to put it together. You got to piece it together like a
Right.
puzzle.
Connect
The
the
one,
dots.
yeah, it's a yeah. I just had them doing that. Color by number. You got to go to 1, 2, 3. Draw. What is the picture? You're not gonna know what the picture is unless you go in order and make it work. You can't make a puzzle piece fit where it's not meant to go. Like the
Well,
picture's not gonna be right.
you know why it's kind of hard? Because we don't understand symbols and we don't understand history. When
I
you
sent you an invite, say.
so understand when you understand those, like Shay was saying, the 13 zodiacs, that also deals with the 13 months. See, we gonna dive after we
Right.
do
They
all this.
changed the whole calendar.
Yeah. That's another thing that we gonna expose. But here's the thing that I touched on this, and it was crazy
Hold
to
up, hold
me
up,
that
hold up, bro.
go ahead.
Cause since you might have to drop so I can bring Shay up right quick. I said it's not letting me do 4 people,
All right.
and I bring you back up. Go ahead. bro.
Yeah, it's just like the 13 calendars. Everything it starts with that. You know, it's a whole, it's many, as Bobby used to tell us, it's many levels when you dive in it, and it's many levels to different lessons. But when you put them all collectively together, it's still talking about you. At the end of the day, it's talking about you. And when you start telling people, that's a challenge, because not everyone is open to change. Not many people want to do, I'm comfortable where I'm at, and that's cool too, because not everybody is ready to just where it's
Oh, I'm
dealing
back
with all you.
live.
Huh? Yeah, you
I
back,
said,
you
oh, I'm
back.
back live. Whatever the fuck I did, it made me come back out of the steel.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I was moving.
Shay, is you coming up? Is Shay coming on?
Okay, is Shay still in the building? Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me bring 4 people up. That's weird.
Say, I'll still come on if y'all want. Yeah, go out there, doggone. There goes.
Shay, oh, fuck down. Shay, hey, you know you can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to send another invite. Yeah, it should have a thing. Shay's on top the hallway out. What happened? Okay.
Better.
What it
Kick
go,
me out.
Shay?
Hello.
Y'all talking, y'all can't hear nothing. I can hear you.
Come
Can
on,
you hear
the
me?
flow is yours, Shay. We gonna go.
Oh yeah, I did drop out. I must have pushed the wrong button, like that out button, but I was still live when I came back on the app. All I had to do was
Well,
push resume.
it's good to have you back.
Thank you. Now I'm back. I'm not still framed. Yep, Shay in the building.
I ain't been in a while, and I need to not be sober. So yeah.
Okay, I'm lit. But go ahead. Everybody got their own still.
Oh, they do. They really do. They do. I don't know why I was thinking about that 13. I guess it adds up right. 4 times what? 13 is 52. Yeah, like we play in spades.
Right. Oh yeah, like that Joker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that 13th one. I'm like, and why do we got 4 weeks
Yeah.
in a month, right? But it's never 4 weeks except on that Joker month, like February.
Because they
That got to
play
make
with.
sense to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say make it make sense because
Yeah, because
it makes you wonder too.
and see, that's the thing I say. I'm a dive in that, because I'm gonna show you. Sis has said something about the money, and when we go into history, we understand that we created the money, the coin. Then later, it came dollars. But when you look at that coin tells you a whole lot from history. You remember have you seen some of them old coins and they got an I in front of the number?
Which coin?
Yeah.
I'm a post some. I done already post some. It's a bunch of coins that had an I. The I end up turning into a 1. So it tells you where the time, the manipulation. So I'm gonna use one of the old Coptic church. This old Coptic church has a cross, and then it has a ump. This old Coptic church is right there. It's the Ethiopian church. If you go in Ethiopia, what year you think they're in right now?
They about 7 years behind. Something like
They in
that.
2017.
Yeah.
We in 2024,
Hmm.
and they still go by the 13.
I
They
think
don't go
that
by the 12.
13th month, it started with an O. I think it was like officious or something like that.
That 13 month,
Yeah, I'm
that
here
13,
though.
that 13 month has always been into
I say
play.
you've been smiling for a long time.
You so stupid. You
That
so
13 month that 13 month
So
has
I'm in
been in,
California.
yeah, that 13 month has been in the
You're
play
so
for a long
stupid.
time until
I froze
until until
again.
the Romans got a hold of it.
It's crazy, but I'm here though.
Okay, we feel you though. We feel you.
Yeah. See, hey, stay like that with a smile.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you know, we gotta understand what's been going on because it's a whole lot of manipulation, and that's why I love being on this side.
But
Because
you
when
know
you
what?
on this, go
Even with
ahead,
that
sis.
manipulation, it has to happen.
Yeah,
And
it,
people
it
still ain't dived into that.
Mm.
well,
I guess won't
I'm gonna
nobody
tell you,
Everything
try
has
for
I'm gonna
to
women.
tell
be
you,
manipulated for it to
well,
move to come forth.
well, I'm gonna tell you this. It's a. I'm kind of like on the fence with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. And you said it earlier, right when the live was free to get, when they started cutting, playing with the live, when you were saying enjoying where you at, right? Now, it's a lot of spiritual people. I ain't even was talking about your Christians, right? Nope, nobody religious. It's a lot of spiritual people like to play the video games. That's a simulation, right? Am I right? Am I right?
You right?
Yeah, it is a simulation.
That's a simulation game, right?
Mm.
And boy, when cats get into their game and don't and mess up and get killed and get out mad, then probably spent by five done about by 5, 6 different joysticks. But they love that game. So how
I
is it
know I
when
be
you
in tune in them when I used to play them. Be
yeah.
in it.
Zoned in.
Okay?
So
Zone the fuck in. Okay?
so if
Even
I
the
know this is
TV. I be zoning them.
exactly because
Mm.
it's a simulation too. And I'm gonna move it, man, and I be in it. Shoot, I pause that piece and go give me something to drink, use the restroom, come back and click it back on. But how we
All
understand when
right,
you
just
in
like
that
you doing your own reality.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
since I'm an anime person.
yeah, but
Right.
my question is, how we know we in this, but I ain't supposed to enjoy? What the hell you think I come back? I'm gonna enjoy. Yeah, I got some lessons I'm gonna learn. You know, we say this is hell. Some say it's hell. Some say it's school. Well, shit, school ain't always been fun.
Mm-mm.
You got to make it fun. So why am I gonna
That's
enjoy
true.
shit if you enjoy playing that game and I know I'm here, and even though I know it's real, but in that when you on that game, you real serious about that game. Let's keep it 100. So if I'm
Okay,
in
fam,
this
come
game,
up because I bring you up.
yeah. So if I'm in this game, I'm in this game to win on all bases.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm
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 in
in
this
this game to
motherfucker
win.
to win.
And see, that's where the manipulation part comes in. But we play a part with that. And I'm gonna tell you why. To a degree we're waking up. Because if we go back when we first started predicting how spirituality was gonna kick the doors of the
Okay.
church in, and it
Mm.
went from King Jesus to kings and queens, and now everybody you can see tarot people they still saying in the name of Jesus, but they still saying high self. Oh, it's they getting there slowly but surely.
Level it up.
Hey,
Yeah. So
Mm.
my bad. So if I dive in, y'all, my bad, Ty.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
But when people doing that, give me my money, shit. Just give me my money. You know what I mean? Little TikTok shit.
Yeah.
It can be entertainment. And it definitely can be a fun gesture of happiness, right? Make you glow
Mm-hmm.
up like this is so funny. But realistically, like on a spiritual level, like not spiritual, but symbolically, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Imagery, okay?
Yeah.
What is money? Not in the physical.
Uh,
Because this see, we gotta connect the dots from this physical shit to get to a higher understanding in the spiritual. So what is money in a spiritual form?
Money is tied to what? Currency. If you,
Energy.
it's energy. It's
Oh,
you are
okay,
the
I'm
currency.
looking for one more word.
You are the currency. You are the
That too, you got that shit right.
It's current. Looking for a specific word, but I'm gonna let you give that word. But
Oh,
in
currency
all,
is
it's
definitely one of them because that's a
yeah,
flow.
it's a
Currency.
it's a
Amperage.
it's a flow, but it's energy. It's what you that piece of paper. It's nothing but a piece of paper. When we did coins, the coin thing, the piece of paper came in, so you ain't got to pack all them coins. But it was the energy. It's an intent.
It's a representation.
It's a representation of your currency. This is why I go back. You're the jewel. You
Okay,
are that.
you are.
You you are that. You are the jewel. So when we, it's like now, and it's crazy. You said money. Shoot, most relationships and marriages are now all built around that.
Peace, everybody coming on.
Yeah, it's dealing with certain things. Oh, he got to have this, she got to have that. I'm like, that's why I like the natural flow. You know, the natural flow is about us. It's about us side by side, building. Not know you behind, you would know behind me. No, everything is a flow. That money is a flow. And hell, since we talking about money, we know the dollar ain't even much what it ain't even much it ain't even much worth. And I mean that piece probably be lower than half now.
Now, with that flow, wouldn't it have to be a sense or frequency of abundance?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you,
Kind
you are
of
already
like
abundant. You
kind of like
abundant if
turning the
you're the jewel.
thermostat up,
Hmm?
right? And when you turn the thermostat up, it heats up. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, if you put yourself on that frequency, it'll catch up. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Right, right.
Exactly. If you think now, oh boy, y'all helping me out
Rose
here.
say I disagree. Okay, I
Yeah,
can.
don't cook.
It's all right. And when you come and be able to come on, let me know.
So when you understand who let's just say like if we go back, let's go back 10, 15 years ago. We starting to understand who we are. So, when we didn't understand, nobody wasn't worried. We were just there, boy. Now that we saying some of everything, we understand we have that abundance. We are that jewel. And isn't the whole world mad? And I'm wondering why. When you
How
come
do
in to
you get
know,
that jewel?
huh?
Y'all know I'm gonna be asking some crazy questions, but
You
it's really
say,
some real shit.
you
How
say
do
that
you
That's
get
again?
the jewel?
How do you get the jewel? When you accept just being you and knowing who you are.
Okay.
When you understand, look at Drake on that. Let me hit her with, girl, I wish you could unfreeze. But I want to see your face.
maybe you gotta turn the camera off and on or something.
So you want to know what I got?
What you got? Give it to me, because I
I
already
mean,
know
you
you
said
on.
what was your answer?
When
I mean,
you
what was your
understand,
perspective?
when you understand who you are, you walk in abundance. But you gotta believe it. You got to believe it with everything that makes your being.
That
If
doubt
one,
is gonna get you.
you can't have not one damn dog. You got to know you know you know. Now tell me what you got.
Okay, that's actually a great perspective. But remember, you know, beyond this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time being time.
I be.
I see that abundance, like, I mean, back, Shay was right on it too, with like a higher energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything has to, so when I see the whole thing where people doing the give me my money, right? And they clapping for the ones at the beginning. There's a high frequency of energy, right? And then there's one that there's no clap. So it's anger, it's emotions of I didn't get the same high energy as everyone else. Remember, this realm, this experience is highs and lows. It's up and down. So even with that, the ones who don't get the clap, they get mad, right? All right? Because abundance is going to be a higher force of energy. All right? Even if it's laughter, even if it's love, even if it's joy, peace, all right? Or even just healing in a sense, all right? That is abundance of energy at its rise, at its peaks. So the one that doesn't get the clap, well, it would represent that lower frequency of self. Oh, y'all not clapping for me, so you know it's an emotional state, right?
Emotional.
Yeah.
But what people have to remember is, regardless if that give me the money is at a lower frequency of abundance, which is not right there yet, and there's nobody clapping, you still have to have that higher frequency within yourself. Regardless if somebody else clapping, you still clap because they still clap, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they realize there wasn't nobody else clapping for them.
Make the same sound.
You got to believe in you.
But hold on. Because I forgot about the other part too with the Jew. Now with the Jew, like I said, you had a great point, and I respect that because hey, hell yeah, it is what it is, right? But also, how do we get the Jew? Us being the Jew, right? Pressure. All right? Pressure creates diamonds.
Exactly.
Diamonds are jewels. So even when they talk about the Jewish or they talk about the Jews in the Bible, right? They're talking about the pressure. All right. Also, is another perspective talking about the pressure of you being that diamond, becoming that diamond, that Jew. All right. Because even in the sense in the Bible, the Jews are what? The children of the Most High.
And what else are they called?
Pieces of it.
What else?
Right. Pieces of it.
You're pieces of what? Pieces of what?
The one jewel. It has to be like one jewel and broken up into pieces.
And hey, let's not forget, diamonds are broken down.
Yes, diamonds are broken down.
It's also kind of like when you work out, you want to work out in resistance when you want to get muscle. So if you didn't have any resistance, then you wouldn't have to push as hard. Like you wouldn't have to gain experience and gain strength. You know, it seems like it works like that spiritually too.
That goes back to that faith without work. Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, boy, you said
that goes back to that no pain, no gain.
Exactly.
From the bottom
Pain is the teacher.
to the top.
Pain is the greatest teacher. I heard that before.
All right.
You have all that. Come on with it.
So that's why I say, you know, we have a starting peak, a foundation. Every time we evolve, there's going to be a foundation from that starting peak. And then we're going to have to rise. We got to work our way up. That's why society have created so many different pyramids, whether it's in the food, whether it's in society, or it's within the body, like the mind, body, and soul, in the spirit.
Or literal pyramids.
Right. Literal pyramids.
It's kind of like
even when they built the pyramids, it was built from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's you know what? That's amazing just right there. Them pyramids gave off energy. We gave off free energy all the way to the 1930s. And here's one thing that I always, I always kind of find fascinating. We don't understand when it comes to manipulation that it's been a lot of resets, but we only know one reset. We only go to one reset. That one reset is dealing with the flood. See, when you understand, when you can able to look beyond the veil, you can see a lot of resets.
That's right.
And when you understand it's a lot of resets, and then it's a lot of things that's been hidden, and not just us carbon people know this. Shoot, our other family white folk, they must know this. They know this. And you know the crazy part about it? They're speaking of it more than we are. Some of us are just getting to understand the reset. This is why, I understand what's present, but you'll never understand what's present until you actually know where everything started. And for some people, I'm not saying all, for some people, that's a rabbit hole that they do not want to go through because
Right.
it's been deal with every time we talk of history, it's gonna talk of slavery somewhere. The slavery started from that's in the Bible, and there's nothing that they can prove that the Hebrews was in bondage for 400 years, because when you look on, as I said, everything has been recorded. When you look at them workers was fed. They got all of that recorded. It's nothing in recording saying that they held some people hostage, because when you do your diligent work, they're the same damn people. But we keep want to go with this separation. I'm talking about the Jews and the Israelites, and not really doing the homework. So this is where we get kind of caught up to where it goes to a debate. And when you really go to facts of the history, your history versus what you've been taught, now that comes to another part that we don't want to do that because that's laziness. Nah, I'd rather just go with it right where it is.
Because like
It
earlier,
is
like we
what it
said, it's
is.
easier to point something outside of you than within. Once you realize that you're really in control of your own destiny, that's a pill to swallow for a lot of people.
They put all that stuff down in the basement, so you gonna want to go down there and figure it out. You just
Exactly.
deal with it later.
Have to go in the shadows, okay, and shine your lights.
So a lot of you that's listening, so a
And
lot
see
of you
them
that's listening,
shadows down there in the dark,
yeah.
okay?
So a lot of you that listening, I'm finna give you a cheat code. Everything they told you to run from, run to it and see where that takes
Hey,
you at.
that statue, right? Or what that monument, under the water, with the museum showing that them underwater chain. I think that is just symbolic to, because there's no slave ships, okay? None. You're not gonna find it, okay?
I got a
You're
question.
only gonna see artifacts of slavery in a physical stance. Okay, it's your mind that was enslaved. So I've come to understanding that, to my understanding, my perspective, right? Underwater being chained is ultimately yourself and being enslaved.
Well,
All right, the source of you, because the water is the source, the darkness of self, the inner version of you is your source self. That's connected to all. So it's being chained, right?
mm-hmm.
So in its enslavement within itself. And it just happened to be what? Black people? See, black people don't even realize that they are symbolic to the dark entity or the dark abyss, all right? Or the inner self or the nothingness. You're symbolic to that.
Or them dark ones, they said that what?
Right. It gives a visual to the lies that we've been told on a physical stance.
Them fallen ones.
Mm-hmm.
All that's you. Let me say it again. Them fallen ones, all that's you. It's you.
Yeah, it's all about you, the rise and fall of
You
self.
ever went to the
And the
beach
Bible
and you can see
talk
the
about
water?
that through every fucking scripture. The fall and rise of self.
I
And
thought
all
about
that
that too.
and all that's coming back now. Just let's just deal on that little slavery. I'ma just go a little bit what we say, surface level.
You said
Surface
surface.
level.
Hmm.
Surface level, you cannot find nothing that shows that we've been enslaved. All that came about with the Pan African movement to get us to to want to go over there. Because even much if you go to Frederick Douglass, he told you that they asked us freely to go over there. They wasn't saying we came from there. They tried to get us go over there freely. So we know we're not from there. Now, when you go to slavery, it's many receipts show that they're
I'm
slaves.
still
They
here.
was the first slaves. It never was us. And it's documented with millions of them coming on the ships. You try to show, they try to show us a diagram looking like a sardine can. No, but we got actually footage of y'all coming because you're really servants. When you see a servant, when you go back even much, I don't care if it's from the south all the way to the north, they in black and white. So when you look at the paintings before now technology, they're all in black and white. Now here's another thing. On July the 4th, this goes with symbology. When you look at the Statue of Liberty, she's breaking a chain, free from slavery. That's documented. When you see the book in her hand, that the numbers are in Roman. See, you got to understand, what was you free from? What was you free from? What was you actually free from?
Right.
So when we come back, that's in 1776. So when you go 10 years down the line, when we was going to war with them over the land, and then we did that treaty, and then they didn't adhere to the treaty, and part of it's on us because a lot of us don't know the history dealing with civil rights because we gave up the natural for the civil because it distinguishedly told you who you were and who they were. But when you dive into it, like Sis said, when you really want to know what space is, it's all gonna deal with the water. Why you think when they show you they're going to
Right.
space, they actually go to the real, and then they'll
They go where?
show you they go to the real space and really practice. That's the water, and then they'll show you on the land thing. That's way somewhere in a whole nother state, and then tell you that it's Mars and all
Yeah,
these
oh yeah.
different type of things. But then here it is, the same guy that made NASA was telling you about the firmament, and it's on his tombstone. So
They was going in the water.
everything still comes back to science. Science is spirituality. That's what we was doing. We already knew everything of the practice. Hell, the cold
Yeah,
thing
even
about
people trying to make
manipulation,
spirituality more of a physical religion,
yeah, and it's
but
not
still
physical.
believing in, I mean, I'm not knocking nobody because I used to be on the,
Physical.
the physical level. But what I want to say is, what is them gods, and goddesses, the Orishas,
The
even the
Orishas,
Egyptians. I understand it symbolically.
everything is
But
symbolic. It,
everything I see it from a different out of source. It's out of here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm reading behind the scenes. All right. I'm
And
behind the
that's
show
that's
scenes.
those
Okay.
that's those that that's those that wanted a certain part. It was a lot of pushing of manipulation because each one of those deities represented a part within you. So
Right,
we
which is what
know,
I was about to say.
yeah,
Even though it still is a representation of
it's
things
a
you're relying on, even though it's an image, but it still is self
Yeah,
source. It's still
it's still
that one.
it's still source. You're right, sis. And that's the part how we got the so-called mythologies when
Mhm.
all them are nothing but attributes of one.
Or the anatomy of the body.
Well,
Anatomy of the body, they're all attributes of one. Emus to Orishas, all attributes of one. One.
the
Now,
pieces.
the pieces.
So
Even
Because,
the
you can see them.
ancestors.
Kind of how
yeah,
you can kind of see them that way. So they put them in like personality, so you can relate with them
Right.
better.
Personalities are different
exactly.
images. Yeah.
And this is how we got,
What we
this
imagine
is
how
how
it would
we're,
look.
Mhm.
yeah, and so this is how we got she was just talking about it. The zodiacs. When you born under this certain energy, you got this certain signature.
Mhm.
They hit that on the nose. Because a lot of us, them certain energies, when you're born under them certain energies,
Mhm. You
shit,
know,
the
you know.
energy don't lie.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
in all, we're all them. But certain times you be like, yeah, that's a
Which
step.
one with
And
the
you can,
zodiac?
Yeah.
yeah, you when you born under
Yeah.
certain energy.
I feel like it's a certain, yeah, it is a certain frequency of energy that you might be in tune to more, which
Exactly.
separates it to give it an image. You know what I'm saying? When it hits this
Yeah.
mark, or when it hits that mark, or if they born in this year, they might be prone to that, because that goes back to you're all the zodiacs. You are the calendar.
You are all those is
You
when
are
you
the
start,
time. Okay.
yeah, when you
It's
start elevating, you become all them. When you learn not to just dwell in that one and you open up, you start dwelling in all of them. You got a little all of them, and you know you got all of them, but it all comes back to self. And we just gotta understand, you know, what is really happening. And that's why I said, if I'm here, I'm gonna enjoy everything. If I'm here, I'm enjoy. I'm enjoy who I am. Oh, I know I'm God. I know I am that I am.
sound
I
like a
also
buffet.
gonna enjoy. Huh?
And even think
Sound
about
like a
this.
buffet.
If we know that the children are in more connection to the origin of self, the source, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wouldn't we still carry that same energy? Because they become the human the more they learn in the experience.
Yeah.
But
Learn
Mm-hmm.
the physical.
underneath is still the child energy.
And what's the child
And
energy?
the body is only showing you the levels of energy that you've prone over time.
But what's the child? What's the child energy that we're not using now?
The
A lot
light.
of us that are the light. It is the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It's the imagination. It is you. Is you know what it is? It's a word, and a lot of people take it and use it all kind of crazy. But you remember when we watched that second Maleficent? When that movie started out, when they was talking about us, to say the merge with some magical people. When our children, you remember when we was young, that was some magical shit. You was there. You was actually there. Oh, oh, girl, she over there having her little tea party. Oh, she talking to her friend. Then her friend start telling her stuff. She start telling mama stuff. What did you say? Yeah, she say you used to be all under the all down there with the pots of paint. Who told? She wasn't even born when that. Yeah, it was some magical shit, but you know we let everybody else say we crazy.
Lost a
Nah,
vision.
it's you. It's you being able, it's you accepting, and that's how we got religion. That's how we got, that's how we got, because we have lost that imagination.
Right.
You're
We
still
relied on the
magical.
imagination first. That's what
Yeah,
grows us.
It sounds like we was
yes.
talking to other parts of ourselves.
Right.
If you communicate with everything, it's kind of like how you build something. It takes more than one person to build it. It's like a community thing.
That's
So
the
if you,
Abilities.
natural.
yeah, you gotta
That's
keep
the
that.
natural online. When you come back to that imagination, just because you older, you see a child is open. That child is like a glass of water. You can see it. But soon as you start getting, as sis said, when you start teaching them this and you gotta go by this, now you done put a little color in it. And that's what we got to get back to. See, ain't much in this simulation. I'm not gonna sit up here and say,
Yeah.
look, man,
Assimilation is imagination.
yes. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, well, you know you
And
God,
also
but you in this
stimulation.
simulation. Yeah, stimulation.
Hmm.
You know you also
It's all
in this
imagination.
game. Yeah, boy, man, you know you also
I'm gonna let you
in this
cook, bro.
game. So you playing in this character. So when we start seeing black, well, first and foremost, I know I ain't black, man. I'm part of it. We ain't never said that. That was something that was given. I don't go around all that. I deal with all that because all that is still part of everything. It doesn't stop you from being who you are because you got to remember they knew they went from being human, understanding that they was gods. They had to go through the many levels to get to that understanding
Hmm.
because
It's like putting a label on stuff.
it still was a human experience. So if
Right.
I'm here,
Even in the womb, when a baby dreams, which is just being connected to the realm, they're still tapped into their imagination. Women who are pregnant have wild ass dreams.
hmm,
And
you
the
have
reason
what?
being is because of the child, right? Right? The light that they're carrying.
Hmm.
And it's tapped into that imagery, it's tapped into the imagination, the dream world, or the realm in a sense, the inner self, right?
So rising your
Mm-hmm.
vibration.
Right.
It's. I was thinking it's like putting everybody kind of needs a label for some reason. So you have to be with that label. It's like,
I mean, it's the cookie to the crumbs.
yeah,
I mean, the crumbs to the cookie. It's the breadcrumbs.
yeah.
Mm.
Cause I thought about it like, say you have a can, right? Kind of like the seasoning has a label on it or whatever. If Since it has a label on it, it has to be what the label says it is, right?
Right.
But if you had something with no label on it, it can be whatever it wants to be. You never know what that is because it has no label on it. So once you put a label on something, it kind of confines you to just be what that label is, if that makes sense.
Yes, man. You know, when we understand,
Label
we
is, yeah, it's label is a title, a sign,
hmm,
Like this
a
is what you
image,
are, type of thing.
right, a personality. Yeah, it's just an attribute. Yeah.
Because it's
everything
like
is an attribute.
nobody can't, don't, well, not can't, they don't want to just accept that I can be anything I want to be and stop instead of what you tell me I am.
Exactly. Because some people get mad because you got that you got that energy that you gonna do what you want to do, and because they haven't got to that point. Now I got to bring you down. Now we gonna stay high vibrant. Catch me, holler at me when you catch up, because we
Hmm.
not staying right
They
there.
can't handle that.
We not, say they gonna be all right when it's weather though.
Hmm.
That
But it's cold
mean you.
outside.
Say,
Mm,
It's cold
oh yeah, it's
outside.
cold outside because look, and here's a flip side of that. A lot of people sometimes see the light before you can. Some people see their own light, but they just hoping that you don't see it. I can keep manipulating you. I can keep doing. I can keep treating you how I want to treat you. But as soon as you break loose, oh my God, it go to a victim mentality. Well, you know, I'm gonna love me. See, I got to love me. I got to love me first.
Hmm.
That's what the selfishness got to be in.
You know what
See,
happened?
that's the line that's drawn between spirituality, and religion. See, when you really love yourself, you're not going to care about someone else saying you're different. You're not going to care about someone else worrying about how you move.
You in the zone.
They either going to love you, or they not. Because at the end of the day, when they see you start elevating, when they see you start ascending, because see, a lot of people think ascending only comes when you transition. You ascending right here while you move. But when you start doing that, oh,
You acting funny now.
dang,
Yeah, I wanted to get to sis question, her comment. She said that's why speaking life into your children is so important instead of saying you ain't this or that. That's true, because when you're speaking life into your children, you're putting breath into your kids, your children. You're giving them life to live. And whether you're speaking breath in a higher vibration or a lower vibration, is what their life is going to be.
Energy vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sis, I'm gonna ask you a question. See, I'm gonna ask you, and it's gonna shock a bunch of people, because a lot of people have seen the Jin Jin come into live sometimes, right? Right, sis?
Right.
Did Jin Jin choose you?
Did Jin Jin change me?
No. Did Jin Jin choose you?
Did she choose me?
Mm-hmm.
I would say yeah. And the reason being is because I knew her name 2-3 years prior. I had already seen her coming.
See, this is what a lot of people, they don't see. This is a lot that's been taken out. Your children chose
See,
you.
I was aware of that. A lot of people not aware of that. And if they see it before it comes, they will understand. They will be prepared. See, I seen Jen coming years before.
Yes, you
Yeah,
chose
we chose our
your
parents.
parent. You got a little spot right here. Now y'all know I'm a bald head. When you see me down the hat, that soft spot.
Yeah, the soft spot.
That's where we came in at. That's when you start hearing that.
Oh, you feel it.
Yeah, that's where
I
you.
actually
That's
seen
where you.
both of my kids before I was pregnant.
Yeah. See, a lot of us, we still go with that Medea and all that stuff. Baby, I brought you in this world and I take you out. No, they chose you. You know.
Right.
When you came together, you sparked the growth of the avatar. The light had to come in for that to be.
Well, the light is
This
on
is
the
what.
ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Light is on the ceiling.
You are the light. And where
Shine
there's
down.
the
And
light,
then you had to work. You had to do something to keep them lights on.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, it's
I just want to
you had to
Mm-mm.
work to keep them lights on, boy. You said something serious. But you know, that's one of the just with that what you just said, sis. That's one of the manipulation things. Because in the natural flow, you wasn't being charged for nothing. But see, when you being charged for things and you're being put, well, I got to get up and go work. I'm gonna use myself. I got 2 jobs. I got to go get it. But see, me, I'm on it. I'm on the flow. So I don't let that disrupt my growth. That doesn't disrupt
oh,
me being
and
the light.
rely on something to keep your light on.
Yeah, everything was totally different, and they understand this. And this is another part of the manipulation when I say that a lot of us are caught up in and I get it, and that's a day to day. We live in day to day. We wasn't doing that at first. We was able to see and plan. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to spirituality and religious, a lot of people that's in religion are right on the break of spirituality. It's just it's not it's just them being able to have that in them and not worry about what other people say. Because there's a lot of people they man look, I don't want to have to I don't want to have to worried about tithing and everything. And when you start getting to all that, you a lot of people be astonished that like it ain't even much what you think it is.
It's like they stuck.
Ties
I mean,
is hope.
What's that?
yeah.
Ties is hope.
I mean, you know, that tithing is the 10%
And
that
then it
come
can
back
be
and wake
also
your butt
faith.
up.
But if it ain't no work in that motherfucker, it ain't gonna work.
Man, tithing is Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
I know, right? I thought it was too, sis.
Oh, he disappeared?
I don't see him in the chat.
Was that my
Yeah,
fault? Oh, my bad.
yeah, cause see, it's a whole different swing when you start talking anatomy and you can and that's why that's why I always push, man. If you don't dive into man in the history and just go, cause I done been there and did that. When I really just started, I'm like, wait a minute, man, wait a minute. What this story come from? This is that. Wait a
You
minute,
already heard.
hold up, man. When you start connecting dots, you'll really be tripping.
I thought about
You
something when you said diving, like you said earlier about, you know, like NASA and stuff. It's kind of like, I wonder, how they know that you fly and float around in space? Like, how can they understand that unless, because when I look in the water, like you look at an ocean, you can see
mm,
yourself in the reflection. So it's kind of like a
mm-hmm,
mirror. But
mm-hmm.
Mm,
when you go in the water, it's kind of like you're flying. How you
And
float.
where did they get flying? And where did they get flying from?
hmm,
Ain't flying is just another form of float.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
if you're
was
chained
floating
down on the
way back
bottom
then.
of the ocean, isn't that kind of like you're on top in a way? Because you can fly under there, and it's a certain way to stop it at. It's kind of like a snow globe still, but upside down, if you can think about that. Because the spaceship is still a ship, like on the water,
Right.
and then the space is on the water.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like
Levitate. Yeah.
you float when you're floating on the water. It's kind of like the same way you can float in the air because of the density and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah,
See, now you're talking science, and that still go back to spirituality.
That's why they don't want science in the church.
that's why they
Because
and
it rules out the literal stance. And it takes it right back
Exactly.
to the knowing. Because science means knowing.
hmm,
Exactly.
I
When
think
you
it's a.
start to know,
I'm
when you
thinking they're
start
trying to
to
scare
have,
people from in the ocean, from wanting to go in the ocean, because there's something down there.
oh yeah, you know what? I was telling sis this.
Say I
See,
might have
so
I would say I
it's
Ooh,
might
so
have to drop it, but I don't
oh
know.
look at that! You gotta join.
I don't know. If they don't connect, I might have to drop you to see if it'll connect with him then that way.
Okay, I'll come back. I'll let him go and see if it works.
we don't. Oh man, we ready to go.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's that. Try again, Taiwan. Why it's just us two? Yep,
All
it's
right.
the same thing, sis. Float, levitate.
Exactly. Ooh, when you start dealing with the science and when you start praying and you understand who you're praying to.
Oh, right. When you understand that shit, that
When
even
you,
your whole word changes.
yeah, when you understand prayer and you start understanding who you exactly pray to, and then you wonder why they say, "Oh no, don't talk to yourself. You need to go see a
It's about
psychiatrist."
why I
Well, I
must
need
be so
well,
stupid. I
well,
don't know why this thing won't connect.
you know how they say, "Sis, you need to go see a psychiatrist." No, I talk to myself. No, don't do that. Come and talk to
Let
me.
me see.
I will.
I have to see if I can send him the shit too. See if that works. Okay, the save join. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Finally got on.
Okay, peace, y'all. Listen. I'm gonna try to make a fan call. I don't know what's going on, but check this out. It's just this simple. What I see going on with us is we have to go back. The trick is this: it's the Bible. They conquered us. We taught them. They came in begging. When you go,
Right.
just Google everything I'm saying. If you think I'm lying, Google. One thing about me, I'm coming with sources. I was taught you got to come with sources. Source and prove what you're saying. If a person just talking and they ain't sourcing and proving what they saying, you can believe anything. So we have to source up. So let's get it. Okay, when you dealing with the Bible, bro, they tell you that the Exodus is the Hyksos getting kicked out of Egypt. And so when the angel of death is going over the houses and the angel of death is killing them Egyptians, they killing the black people. That's their story. There is some truth in it, but also they add their mythology in. But the decoding is not the bullshit. No, you got to line it up with what the Egyptians actually told you, meaning the black people told you. And the black people said that we said we ain't like them. We said they came in, they conquered us, and we reconquered them and kicked their ass out. Now, the story that you get in the Bible is they went to Egypt and pretty much the Egyptians enslaved them. Why did we enslave them? Because they conquered us. That's why the word for them Asiatic in the Egyptian language, Amu, is a synonym for slave. We railroaded them first. Just Google it. I mean, it's
Oh,
listen.
I don't mind looking it up. You know, we good on that. I'm gonna look it up too, just because I like.
listen. It's 2024. We in the day and age where you can walk around with a computer in your hand. It's no more excuses. Like they got AI technology and we falling behind. And what's going on is while we keep claiming this Bible and trying to decode it and shit, they taking over East Africa. They taking over Egypt. They got Egypt. Now they trying to say that they were the pharaoh. But according to DNA analysis and anthropological analysis and pretty much a multidisciplinary approach, they can't fuck with us. But when we keep claiming this Bible and sit up here trying to decode it, bro, what did your ancestors tell you? The Egyptians said they weren't us. And we tried to help their ass and they took over. And they learned from us. That's where writing come from. All the alphabets go back to the Egyptian hieroglyphic. You see, like, once we learn this stuff, that's the trick. That's the big secret. Like, we taught them. The Greeks told it. The Greeks told it all. The Greeks said Herodotus, the father of history, he said they were black. Diodorus, another Greek historian, he said they were black. The Jews weren't black. And we ain't got to, and they ain't do nothing. What did they build? But all the monuments are in Africa. So what's so special about this Bible? When you got
It's not nothing that's
hieroglyphics on the
special about it
wall.
because the earliest tablets was on stone, so it's just a replica of physical matter. So
Hold
what
on,
I'm
whoa.
saying with the Bible is I don't look at it as some the shit that we was actually taught for real, for real. I see beyond that, and I understand it from a higher perspective, even going back to the earlier tablets. In stone. So I just see it like they put their own spin on it. They definitely had to conquer us, but it is also written that we gave them all of that shit to conquer us.
Prime example. You look up the Hyksos dynasty when they conquered us and they put they Asiatic king up there. It's a man. His name is Amu. Amu is the ancient Egyptian word we call them. That's the ancient Egyptian word for Asiatic. Yah Amu. Okay, that's the first king. The second king is Jacob, and that's Jacob. And you don't think that he made that story like when the Israelites later on wrote? They weren't even writing then the Egyptian word, but they came with but they learned it then because about 200-300 years later, that's when they made their alphabet from the Egyptian language. It's a simpler form of the Egyptian language.
They changed
So,
we
it.
understand.
but
Even the
hold
words today,
on. So when you go to Yah, Psalm 68 verse 4, you should call his name Yah. Look at the Egyptian God. His name is La. What is the Egyptian word for moon? La. Okay. What does what they name the Arabs? Who they worship? Allah. They worship the same God. And the moon. They kept the moon. It's the same, man. It's simple once you just take your time. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm the type of nigga. I go to work all night instead of putting them headphones in my ear and listen to music. I can't listen to that shit all night. Hell no. I scrape. I got Audible. I listen to books. So I'm kind of jumping everywhere. But understand, and I probably need to go live with you one day and just go all the way through it, because he did say something about history. One thing about it, if you learn the Egyptian history, you would not even touch the Bible, because you will understand when the angel of death went on and killed all them kids. They was killing black kids for their people. Why? Because they was mad at the Egyptians. Yeah, we railroaded their ass in Egypt. They was the niggas. The word Amu was synonym for slave. So why are we going to their book for knowledge when all the knowledge is that's dumbed down knowledge? What I mean by it is we didn't teach them everything. That's what they got from us. So why don't we go back to the source? And we know that this ain't ours. And according to DNA, hear me out. If you go ahead, my bad.
I push the source, and you have to know everything of the source. You have to know, you have to be able to put everything in chronological. And when you saying of Egypt, and you talking about Kemet is the daughter. Tamiri, the mother, is here where you drive. We went over there and built that and came back. So when you understand real, when they say Egypt there, them pyramids don't even come close to here. So when you go to the Grand Canyon, and you can take with the technology of AI, you can take that space there, you can put it right there, and you can see all the temples that they done disassembled. So when you say in history, I'm big with that. When you're saying dig in, I'm big with that. So when you're saying those wars that you're talking about, that happened here. It didn't happen over there. That happened here.
Can I speak to a couple of things you said?
Go ahead.
Well, as far as no, Tamari is Kemet. In fact, it was called. I thought you were gonna say Nubia is the mother or something. No, you said Tamari. Tamari is Kemet. It was called Tamari before Kemet. We can find an attestation to Kemet. Kemet, you know what's crazy? And this good. I'm glad you went to that. Let's get it, cause we actually fight the real fight, Pharaohism, where they trying to claim our shit. And so we trying to see when did Kemet come around. They say Kemet means the black land, the black soil. Man, get the fuck out of here. They lying. But the point is, so we had to trace the word Kemet all the way back when they started saying the black. It goes back to the 12th dynasty. What happened in the 12th dynasty? That's when they also started complaining about the Asiatics coming in. And then right after that, a couple hundred years later, that's when they take over. So what I'm telling you is, but before it was, they started calling it Kemet. Why? Because Egypt is an area of confluence, meaning, well, shit, meet. So when you have two different group of people that look different from each other meet, our ancestors said we Kemet, we the black people. Y'all are Amu. I don't think it meant slave then. I think they was all right then. But the point is, but you can Google that. Google Amu. It's all up there. But the point that I'm trying to make is also too. Damn, what I was about to say. I got a lot of stuff going around in my head, but the point is, the 12th dynasty also, I wanted to tell y'all this, and I'm finna fuck y'all world over this. Look up the prophecy of Nefertiti. That is the first, what is called prophesied savior. And do you know where they say he come from? They say he came from Nubia. They say a son of a man shall be born who will save the people, and his mother should come from Taseti. which is the land of the bow, which is also the first nome of Egypt. That is the first prophesied savior. Then later on, you get Jesus. Oh, well, I ain't gonna be disrespectful. I ain't gonna be disrespectful. But do you see my point? Look up the Google
No, I'm just
everything
saying
I'm
you
saying.
did. You did.
Well, you know,
Google the prophecy of
well, you know,
Nefertiti.
you said Todd Mary that it was called Kemet. We
No,
got
no,
a
no, 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 no,
we
no, no,
got
no,
we
no. Todd
no
Mary, we have attestations of Todd Mary before it was called Kemet.
yeah,
But
but
that's all
e much
Egypt.
e much e much e much when you got an elder, and we got plenty of them that really broke that down. And when they broke it down with Todd Mary, and if you go back and you watch any one of them, there's not now one of them broke Todd Mary down the way that it's broke down here. Even much when you go over there and you just talk about the Nile has 7 rivers. They only have 3. When you look at the Mississippi, it's here. Everything that you talk about over there, that's dealing with your story with, you said Nefertiti. That's
Ty,
dealing
speak
with
up a
her
little bit more.
husband. That's dealing with her husband Akhenaten. That's the story of him. When the people left, posted left and followed him, that was us coming back. So when you say that with the facts in Google, I got all that. So
Can I say
when
this? No, no, no,
so
no, 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 no,
whenever
no, no, no. No, hold on, hold on. Only reason why I cut you
look,
off
I'm
because you got it wrong.
no
Go ahead.
check it out. I tell you this. Whenever you ready, send me a request. You bring your receipts, and I got a whole ton of them for you. We ain't even much got to
Hear
do
me
no
out.
debate. I'm
No, no, no,
saying
no. Hear me out.
I'm
We
saying
doing it now. Just
no.
Google what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying I already
Yeah.
have the receipts. I ain't got to do no Google. I got
But I'm saying you ain't
everything.
let me finish. No, because you're talking about Nefertiti. I'm talking
I'm
about
saying I'm
before
saying
Nefertiti.
I'm saying from all the way to the beginning. I'm saying to the beginning.
All
I'm
right, brother.
saying
I
to
got
the
you.
beginning.
I
Yeah,
got
that's
you.
what I'm saying. Me and you can build on any on any. Hey, just holler at me, send me a request, and I'm talking about really because you
That'll be
hitting
good
some things, I'm
too.
hitting some things. It just got to be chronologic wise, and I get
Because
everything you're saying.
both of y'all got some strong points too. Because
Yeah,
But
I,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
Well,
I'm
let me say
familiar
this.
with
I ain't
both
gonna
of
lie.
it too.
I feel like shit. We could do it now. Everybody just Google what I'm saying, and let me clarify because you
I
did say
can't
something to
do it
what
right
I'm
now because
saying
we on
though.
here, but I can get my laptop.
But hear me out. Let me say something to what you said. No, 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 no. I was not talking about Akhenaten's wife. No, that's Nefertiti. That's Nefertiti,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beautiful.
I
No, no,
got
no. I'm talking about before her. Nefertiti is like the 18th dynasty. Hold on. I'm talking about like the 12th dynasty when the Asiatics come in and they take over. And the Egyptians said, well, a king shall come from the south. Tasseti, Nubia. That's what they was talking about. Just like the Jews said they got a king, they got it from us. I'm trying to show y'all the parallel. And no,
What
let
is
me give you a
What
book.
is the origin of the word Nubia? I want to know that. Hold on, let me
Oh,
look.
let's get it. The white folk, they lying like a motherfucker. The thieves, that's the Egyptian capital. That's what the word Nuke. But they trying to act like we don't fucking know where that. If you look in Egypt, they called it Nuke, the city of gold. It's right there, Upper Egypt, basically. Just type in, okay, look, go to Egyptian, Google everything I'm saying, Egyptian known map. You will see Nuke. Nuke mean gold. You will see that's like the 5th nome of
No.
Egypt.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that nome is like a state. That's the same as state.
Y'all know
It's
what?
not really like state, but a little territory. Type in Google Egyptian known map.
He right there. He driving.
as soon as you on your way to work right now.
Me, no, I'm on my break, but they letting these folks out because this game, and I done got fucked up. Damn, I need to shit. Damn.
Where you at there, man?
Man,
The
no,
traffic
I'm
is
straight. I'm trying to, but man,
right.
I'm finna turn the fuck around. They got too much shit going on. But listen
Yeah.
though, yeah, man, just Google everything I'm saying. I'm trying to see if I got anything else I want to tell y'all to Google. I'm just here to spread information. That's it, man. And once you see it though, you'll see that at Google Neo-Pharaohism. Google that. That's what's going on now. Once y'all leave that Bible alone, you'll see them Egyptians over there now. The modern Egyptians trying to claim that they were the ancient Egyptians, even though they know for a fact they're not. Anthropological evidence, DNA evidence, historical account evidence, all say these folk was black. But now they trying to say fuck that. Well, no, fuck y'all. They trying to take our history. while people still preaching the Bible.
Man, we already
Yeah, we
knew who they
yeah,
were.
yeah. I was gonna say
We
I'm beyond whatever they trying to put on a lyrical stuff. But what I wanted to ask you though too,
See,
do
we
you
working on getting, hold on,
understand?
hold on, I will say that, but no, it's not beyond that because we working on getting this shit taught in school. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a movement going on. People just got to be with it. We finna get this in the books. The American, hear me out. The American scholars telling the truth.
But
I got
aren't
scholars,
you a form of book though?
huh?
Aren't you? Wouldn't you? Do you look at yourself as a form of a book?
Do I look at no? I look at myself as a black man who a proud black man who see what's going on, who
I
who
mean, I
don't like how they
understand
lied
the
about history.
awareness of that, but I'm saying, like the things that you're in tune into, within yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? Your belief system and everything, because everybody has something, right? So I'm
I
just
believe
saying,
the
wouldn't
sun
that
is the
be
closest
a
thing to
form of
God.
a
The sun is the closest thing to God. The sun, like, it's our definition of God. You look at the current definition, the all seeing, all knowing.
yeah, I
Let me,
believe
that's
that.
that's
Yeah,
the
it's symbolic. I definitely do believe that.
without the sun, life on earth would not be possible. And that's what the Egyptians worshiped too. But the Jews, they took it and they started worshiping the moon. That's why Jah or La is a moon god in Egypt. They took it from us. See, I'm killing you at the source. I'm killing you with the person who you in the book they writing about.
Right,
And it's
right,
this a
right, right.
like I'm trying to make y'all not interested in that book. Like the scholarship, like start searching peer review data, and when somebody's speaking, start making them source their material so you can look into this stuff. Cause if that's the case, man, we'll be lost. We might well go back to the church.
Well, if you understand that you are the form of a church, then yeah, that's just really going into worshiping yourself. Thank you, sis. So that's why I say, when it comes to a form of you being the book, I mean, you're writing your own script, right? Even if it comes to the belief system or just the things that we're trying to get out of the old, what I'm saying, systematic ways, right? Which is the
Yeah,
lies and shit that we've been told, right?
yeah. I'm listening. I like
So
this though.
we're
I ain't gonna lie. I
in
appreciate y'all for
tune
hearing me
with
out.
that flow of rewriting history and actually bringing forth truth.
Right, and that's my exactly. I'm trying to bring y'all to the light.
Oh,
Look
we
at it
in
like
the
that. Then you
light.
understand?
We in the light. We
Huh?
There's
just see
nothing
it from different.
but
I see it from all perspectives, even from
there's
your
nothing
your
but
perspective, even from a religion standpoint. I understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it from different perspectives.
I feel like
Because
that book is a slap in the face to my ancestors. Why? Because my ancestors
and
taught
only
them that. Understand?
I agree with that because it was taught on a literal sense to believe in something outside of you to give your power to something else. Even when we couldn't even read it. Because if we would have read that motherfucker, we would have already knew that the power was us. Just even by the scripture.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
I
As
don't read the
far as the book,
Bible like all the time, but I understand the Bible is a science. It's like a metaphysical science book
put
of
it like
self.
this. I want
If you look at
to
it
like
from a different
send.
perspective than what we
I'm gonna
was
send
taught to
you.
be enslaved
I'm gonna
into.
send. Since you the main person, this your lie. I'm gonna start sending you a bunch. And I don't want you to think I'm coming out weird, but I'm gonna send you a lot
Oh
of
no, you
sources.
good. You good. Because I use everything.
I'm gonna send you
And
a
I
lot of
connect the dots with
sources.
everything. So I'll be still appreciative. I'll be honored with this shit. Because I still use it.
when you can look past what you're really saying, basically,
Pick
what
up,
you're
Ty.
really
Pick
saying.
up.
Uh, say
Dang,
what that?
y'all can't hear me. I'm saying, I'm saying, what you saying is really basically, we know a lot of things in there are pleasurized, but it's really a coptic of what we gave them, and we didn't give them everything. You see what I'm saying? That's the part of what decoding. I know you don't like hearing that word, but I'm saying when you understand it's a coptic of what we gave them, and it wasn't everything. So yeah, what I
And I ain't
gave
gonna,
them,
hey, my brother. And I ain't gonna tell you that. I'm gonna give you a source. Like this dude, he kind of talked, but I ain't gonna lie. I went away from the Bible, but it's one person that kind of brought me back to it just a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, Professor, Doctor, dang, what his name? He a professor in California. Dang, what his name? Salam Faraj. He's a professor. He on that black. He wrote a book called The Last Pharaoh, and he goes into how the cops wrote the Bible for pretty much like well, I really ain't even read the book, but he break it down. When he broke it down, I was like, it makes sense. But even in that, it's still not us. But what only thing he's saying is like, who the only people still living that lifestyle?
Right.
The people in Africa, they pastorism and all that shepherd, them folks over there doing all that. When the Jews got kicked out by us, the Exodus, and we got it on the wall of Egypt, they said, yeah, we kicked the Hyksos out. They started worshiping, they made a golden calf. That's counterculture. That's all that is. But we gotta study our own people. Everybody don't know that Bible. Y'all can quote that Bible all day. But name a Egyptian verse. Says name the boy. Have any one of y'all Googled the prophecy of Nefertiti yet? That's the first.
I mean, and I am, and I bet you I'll be able to connect it with the modern day Bible. I bet you, because to me, every like well, you know, every not race, but every tradition or just belief system, religion, spirituality, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It all
Every
has
culture.
the same story. It's just different fucking perspectives.
So it sounds like that story comes from one source. I get what you're saying.
Right.
I get where you're going with that. And you can't do that like with the flood. But the Nile River flooded every year. Like that's nothing. In Upper Egypt, they practice counterculture. Like they wore the bull tail and all that. We still can see that in Southern Egypt. What I don't like is the motherfucking Arab, well, whatever they is, over there claiming it like we were nothing. Talking about we was kings and all, like they making fun of, like, hear me out as a black man, like, I'm like, motherfucker, no, we told y'all, like, what the fuck he got going on?
I'm not gonna take away from that because it is.
Yeah,
it definitely, and that's
why we gotta stop. We gotta show it, man. Look, Google another word. Google neo-pharaohism and pharaohism. Read that whole article. The dude came out, the Egyptian economy, they wanted to start making some money, so they started claiming that they was descendant of the pharaohs, even though they knew they came in, invaded, conquered our ass, and kicked our ass out. But then they were like, fuck it, we the pharaohs, and the shit didn't even last about 20 years, because they were like, nah, we disrespect our God, Allah, we ain't gonna do that. Well, now the shit's starting to come back up, and they going at African Americans. Why? Because Africans in America have access to the internet, and we killing their ass. Like, if you look at a picture of the Sphinx from the side, it has prognatism. That is a black man. They can't get past that. Now they're gonna show you a couple of statues where they do look Arab and shit, because they did eventually take over, and the Asiatics were there. Hell, the word for Asiatic, Amu, means slave. They was the niggas in Egypt. So why we glorifying the niggas, the Jews? The Jew mean Jewel, and no, the Jew wasn't shit in Egypt. They was slaves.
I mean, in the story, you're right. This literal shit to me is like, you can't even take this shit with you once you transform. And you're right, it means nothing in this shit. But if you look at the anatomy of self, the science of self, it's a totally different ball game. I mean, that's from my perspective. That's just mine.
No. I understand. No. Hold on. Let me get. No. You can talk.
I definitely totally get it. That's why I agree.
I'm open to any question about history over there in Egypt. Ask me any question, because I feel like my people need to know. We could. God damn, this motherfucker gonna get right behind me.
You're right. Africans are Americans. We from here. We're all over this motherfucker.
Oh, y'all don't want to get into that DNA now. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Oh,
look at that. Now, hey, we be in that dino too now.
So let me ask you.
What you say? What you said? My bad. I was looking at it. I thought he said. See, I gotta get the fuck on, man.
No,
I
did. So when you
what up, my nigga boy? What the business is? Yeah, I done see you. I know who you is. Hey, somebody behind me. I can't really see. I'm good. I can't see shit.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to you.
Oh yeah, I'm good. They got the game going on. They a lot of traffic, but yeah though, man. Like, I feel like we suffer for a lack of knowledge. I will say that about our own self. We we suffer from a lack of knowledge. Oh Lord knows we do. But however, I will say our ancestors left the evidence, but instead of going to our ancestors, we go to the Jews. They left gold pyramids and all that. We don't even claim them. I mean,
Which
the
is a
right
build up of self.
alphabet.
If you're looking at it, well, from my perspective, I got to keep saying that. But from my perspective, it's still a build up of self from the bottom up.
So see, and they working on it. They working on getting it taught in school because they can't hide it no more. Now black men are going. Now black men in these colleges and these black men goddamn writing these papers that's peer reviewed, and it's like no, like this man said they were black. He didn't say dark. He said black for one, and he said woolly hair or curly hair. That's a black man, like the Ethiopians. So they were black. So y'all need to stop all that bullshit. So they try to come, well, they were multicultural. Well, okay, America is multi-fucking cultural. But America, oh shit, America is still 90% black people. It's like, so I know America is still 70% white people. So they can't even use that. I argue with these.
Yeah, I feel you on that. You know, black means pale too.
Huh?
The origin of the word black means pale.
It means fair. It doesn't.
Hold on. you came with some. Hold on.
Yeah.
For real? I promise you.
Hold on.
One means big,
hold on.
The other one means fair.
Say it again, bro.
I say one part of black means in the law, the Black Law Dictionary, it means dead. That's dealing with currency. The other black means fair. They tell you that. That's come out of their mouth. It doesn't mean us. It means them.
Okay, well, when it comes to this black, I mean, we battle with that too.
I mean, I'm just saying it for both sides. That's why I'm just throwing my beans too, and how you throwing yours.
Let me get into the genetic wise. Let me break it down to you as far as genetic wise. Listen, we as people, black people, whatever you want to call it, we are tropical adapted, meaning our body is made for the tropical weather. The white people, they are a cold adapted. That's the reason why they are cold, and they also got 1 to 4% Neanderthal subhuman species in their DNA. It's mighty funny that they told a black man that see shit like this is why I study history. He said something about history, but he didn't know who you're dealing with. I really studied my history, meaning they told us we 3/5 human, but come to find out, hold on. But come to find out that the white man, all non-Africans are 1 to 4% Neanderthal. Neanderthal is a subhuman species. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy.
I get
But they tell us we ain't shit. See, we got to be on top of all this shit.
I get you on that. I get you.
I study this shit all the way around the board. I don't like them. We at war with them. I need to write a book. You asked me about a book. I could write a book. I can't lie. Strictly on Black Egypt. I would destroy them. But yeah, what y'all? Why y'all quiet?
I'm just listening to you anyway.
Let me just go down. Let me just explain. Let me just explain a little more. Then fuck it. Yeah, you're right. This is okay. This is what the history of Egypt from documented history goes. Pretty much they say they came from the Green Sahara and they came from Nubia. You got people coming on up the river and you got people coming from the Green Sahara, which is pretty much black people. But you also got people coming from the Middle East through Gaza and right there. The Asiatic was there. They was there. We can't argue that. But what the evidence showed though is that the Egyptians, majority of the population were black. I mean, like I said, you can go to anthropology, they'll say shit like super Negroid. You can go to historical documents, they say black, woolly hair, black like the Ethiopia. I think Scrabble said too black a hue marched the Kawa, like the Egyptians and Ethiopians. But he also says the same for too white a hue. So when you got shit like that, I mean, so they were black. But once they came in and they got together, they just pretty much started Egypt. But about I say 1,000 years later, and I might be wrong as hell. I really got to look at it. But pretty much the Hyksos, they started coming in. The Asiatics started coming in because Egypt is starting to boom. And so what happened was they started coming in so much to the point where they took over. Now they gave y'all that little pretty ass story that y'all keep going by in the Bible as far as, well, we went to Egypt to do this. No, they let them in.
What shade of them? They
Huh?
white people? Or
Huh?
they colored people?
These are genetically they're Asiatic. They're Asiatic people. They're not black people. Some of the people that came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they genetically they're Asiatic. These are Asiatic. These are white people. We painted
So
them on the wall.
like the same statues that's like in monuments they have like in Mexico and stuff like that.
The Indians, the Native American Indians, they're Asian too, but you got East Asians, you got West Asians, you got different. All Asians just ain't them little slant-eye Asian. You know, well, I ain't gonna say slant-eye, but you know they got the but they're Asian. They came through Siberia, through the Bering Strait, and all that came to America. But if you want to get on DNA show black people populated the world. The first Europeans were black, and then the white people came out.
I was thinking with the Asiatics, you know, like wasn't they are like an indigenous?
But no. But I'm talking about like way before that. The first people, now I ain't gonna lie, the oldest skull they found over here in America, and we ain't indigenous. No, we mostly came from Africa. That indigenous stuff is crazy. But I will say this, and I wouldn't want to tell an indigenous person this, but they do, when they did that skull, they found a skull in South America. It was black. They couldn't argue it. And also, I think the Olmecs were black too. Them big ass stone heads they found. So we were over here, but the Asiatic head took over. Like they were the majority. I ain't gonna lie. Like this we ain't indigenous over here. Black tropical adapted people. If you look around the globe, around the equator, you will see dark-skinned people, and I ain't just talking about Africans. The Andaman Islanders, they are genetically Asian, but if you Google them folks, they are jet black. You see what I'm saying? So if you're in a tropical area, you're going to be tropical adapted. Tropical adapted people are black. You know what I'm saying? They have long legs.
That's right.
Hello?
Ty, you kind of froze a little bit. He probably went through it.
You say what?
You back, Ty?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But we gotta. I feel like it's time to take the next. I feel like it's time to close that book and take the next step because we trying to get this in school. We gonna get it taught in school.
More beyond the book, of course.
But that Bible never be taught in school. Why? Because it's not documented history. It's you know, I take that back, and this is how I look at the Bible. Let me tell you something. This is what the Bible is. It's history from their perspective. What I mean by that is it's their version. And their version,
right, their mindset of what they taught us.
No. I ain't gonna lie. No. It's what they went through. We kicked their ass out. We did fuck over them. We did enslave them. So I would feel fucked up for claiming their shit because that's the struggle they went through. We was the one putting the ass whipping on them. We kicked them out. We caused the exodus. So why would I claim the Bible when that's not our? We was the ones putting their ass out. They tell you in their story. They tell you in their version. It's called the exodus.
That's true. That's true. I'm not gonna lie about that, but even with the
only thing that you're doing is you ignoring your side of the story. Go to your version of the story. Your version will tell you, well, hold up, nope. It didn't go like that. They conquered us. We let their ass in. They started acting up. They took over. They got their king. Second or third king was Jacob, and they made that story from that. And we got strong enough, and we put their ass back out. And that's when they called X. And we enslaved them. And we enslaved them. And the word Amu, which is the word for the Asiatic, it's also means slave. White man ain't gonna tell you that though. But if you claiming that to be the Jew, yeah, they want you to do that. Yeah, claim that. We know that ain't real, but yeah, don't claim. Yeah,
I mean, of course, I'm not claiming that. I claim the symbolism about that. Not claiming that. But yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I do.
There's no disrespect.
I mean, darkness did conquer light, and light did conquer darkness at one point. And now it's back to the point where darkness, which is the representation of us, is starting to conquer that light.
Hell yeah. Exactly. And I feel like I'm a part of that. Because one thing about me, boy, was a good Christian. I was a good black Hebrew. I was like, this out, but then it just somewhere I was like, hold on, man. Hell no. But then I got that same feeling when it comes to Egypt. I'm like, why y'all trying to say this ain't black? Well, hold on. This man who actually saw them, lived with them, conquered them, the Greeks conquered them, they say they were black. So why y'all ancestors saying they black and y'all here today living with me say, nah, they were tripping? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's how these white folk play.
Was black.
Hey, they carry their illusion out. They playing their part.
Hey, right?
Man, I'm here to tell you, you can firmly claim the Egyptians like it's over. Anthropological evidence, DNA analysis, craniometrics, cranial analysis, dental analysis, all that says they were sub-Saharan African. Period. It's just them niggas over there in Africa, they ain't got access to it, but they don't like niggas in America, though. I ain't gonna lie, because we put it on their ass.
Well, wasn't the Greek black too?
Hell no, the Greeks were black. No, not at all. Who said that?
And some wrong. Yeah, you had. If you gotta remember,
What
we
is it? Somebody beeping?
Oh, that's my car though. I got my car door open.
Oh, okay.
I hope it ain't messing with y'all.
No, you can pop. Just mute your thing while he talking.
Okay, yeah, well, hold on. How you do that? I'm at
It's a
somebody
little
more
light
working.
that you just push it.
But go ahead, cause I don't believe it. No, well, I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead, brother.
Where do you think nobility come from? You think they come from them?
No, what you say? Nobility?
Yeah, black nobility. That don't. You know that was passed down. They took over that later on. But where do you think that come from? Where do you think that come from?
I'm trying to see. I'm
When
trying to see what you talk about. Black nobility. The oldest black noble people was over there in East Africa on the Nile River.
I said,
That's like the oldest civilization, so they were noble.
I'm saying, much when you go to black nobility, you're talking about Greeks. And see, here's another part that where we.
But we had nobility before the Greeks, though. No.
Hold on, down. Listen to me, because I let
But
you.
my bad. Yeah, we right. My bad.
When we go into a lot of things, a lot of us also had a lot to do with it too. It just wasn't them. One of us had a whole lot to do with it too. See, that's when you get that when you say I'm mute. You say I'm mute. See, when you start going to the thing of mirrors, more, a lot of them Moors, which are some of the same, broke out. When you go to when you say the indigenous people, us, when you say the feather, when you follow the feather, where does the feather come from? Where does the feather start?
Okay, you said a lot. Let me say something. See, hear me out, brother. Don't take this the wrong way, but
No, I'm asking you a question. When you speaking of, like you said, indigenous, when you start talking indigenous, and you start talking about the indigenous that wear the feather, I'm asking you, where does the feather originally come from?
where does the feather? The oldest people I see where the feather are Africans, but to be more specific, are people in Nubia. And you got the feather on my aunt. My aunt wears the feather. That shows that she come from Nubia.
Each one of them, from my aunt, from Isis, from her sister, here, I can't much get her name right. All of them, you're gonna
Neff,
see,
I think that's what you're talking about.
you much gonna see some pharaohs with the headdress of the feather. So when you have to understand them are the same people. And so this is what trips me out sometimes when people start talking to Kemet. And this why I say a lot of brothers that started with Kemet, don't get me wrong, I love Kemet, because without Kemet, we wouldn't know exactly about here, the original. So when we start talking here, there's not one person, but you can not one person from Kemet that's talking, but you can see so many. If you was going to TikTok, that's broken down. No matter how you try to say the DNA, even much when you say they spoke Semitic, right? The Semitic, when they must do the tribes, they didn't find that over there. They found that over here. That's already documented. Again, let me tell you, they didn't find it over there. They found it right here. So if you ain't did your diligent homework of here, not telling me dealing with Kemet, because when they broke down Kemet, they never broke down the word Tamaric. And there's many of them that tried to, that did that hieroglyphics, that wrote that broke it down. They never
Primary
broke
mean
down.
happy. Well, never mind, never mind. Go
Tamaric
ahead.
doesn't Kemet, bruh. It doesn't mean Kemet.
No, it don't
Kemet
mean
is
Kimmy. Oh, I never said it mean Kimmy. See, no, you taking my word. Can I stop you? Please, 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 please. Hello?
no man. Listen, bro. You were talking for a whole long time.
But you
Let me
saying
finish.
you kind of put words in my mouth, brother. I never said that. Mary, ta. In Egypt, the word ta means land. Ta. Mary means happy. I think one of the pharaohs will tell you, drink and be merry, drink and be happy. Mary means happy. Kemet means black land, land of the blacks.
No, it's not even. It does not just even much mean that. That's why over here you got them named Timerians.
What's your source?
That's already documented. That's
What's your
already
source?
documented. The mur
Okay.
the mur.
What is
I
documented on? What's your source?
I just told you about 30 minutes ago. We ain't gotta do no tongue wrestling. Bring your receipts and I will bring my receipts. And see,
Oh, okay.
that's the
Go ahead.
whole thing. Because if you would go back to a lot
Okay,
of
wait,
our
my turn?
connecting the
Oh,
dots, if you would go to some of our lives, connecting the dots, you will see how I broke that down. Go to that. We
okay.
got a couple
Uh,
of connecting the dots, and you will see the receipts, and you will see how they make sense. Because I won't. Because there's so much here that a lot of us don't need much look at. So when we start talking, and there's a lot of us had a lot a hand in doing with where we at dealing with, as you say, the Bible. Yes, has it been pleasurized? Yes, it has been pleasurized. But when you truth, you can you
It
can
definitely has
go
been changed a bit, but hey, the world has too. But go ahead. I'm just saying
every
this for this
everything
stuff, oh y'all.
was dealing with that Bible comes from over here. Over here. That's already that's I mean, the facts, you know, it is. Take one that's going to top. It's so much man, I always refer people to that because a lot of stuff that a lot of ancestors they wasn't able to get the information like we say, walk around with the in our hand. A lot of them wasn't able to get the information that we got now. So we had to run with that. But we supposed to build upon. So it's a lot that's right here that we neglected. And just like when it comes down and we keep pointing at them, and you got to remember, they're a part of us. They're a part of us. You can't separate that they're not a part of us. They is a part of us. Ain't much for Kemet, they said. We created them. They still part of you, rather you like it, love it, leave it, whatever. At the end of the day, I made this statement, and I'm gonna trip you out. You gonna trip out. I made this statement on me and sis last live. I said it's more of them. It's more of them behind us now than even much when Dr. Martin King was walking. It's more of them behind us right now than then way back then. That's facts.
can
That's
I
fact.
speak?
See,
Facts.
everything deals with energy, man. It ain't just a cute. Everything is energy because some of us has jacked up energy, and you will be amazed at how a lot of us
got a lot of hand in where we at. So when we holding the Bible, we not doing it just like as what you think. That's why if you really listen to us, I always go to the origin. Even much the word Hebrew, that's replaced with Hebrew. That's why I said they said the bird people, the feather, the angels, what the Greeks call. Them same all that is all us. And there's so many stories to where if you really go in and dig, like you say, we'll understand it. But one of the main things we gotta understand, it's all right here. I mean, uh, it's so much information, but the thing is, it's just good for us to be able to build. You know what I mean? Not everybody gonna have the same opinion, but as sis say, and as I say, we don't walk in no blind faith over here. We all about showing and proving, because it's different when someone, as you say, can just tell you something, but when they actually got facts, they can show you. As we say nowadays, receipts. We need receipts and receipts.
That's right, because I definitely need to see solid.
We need
Even if I get it from myself, I still need something,
just we,
to show the
Have y'all
the
Googled anything I said?
yeah, we
Yeah,
got
I have. I definitely. That's why I'm listening to both of y'all, because it's still the same thing to me.
Is what I'm saying adding up though? Is what I'm saying? You fact checking what I'm saying? Like, is it adding up?
at the end
Yeah, it adds up.
at the end of the day, they taught us anatomy. And when you decode that Bible, it's anatomy. It's you. Everything comes back to you. Rather it's Jacob, much in the little
Yes,
right
yes.
God that shows you anatomy. It's everything is anatomy. I
Hold
just
on.
said you came on. I've said before you came on, I used to say the Jesus, the Yahshua, but you can't find now one of them, but you can find a bunch of us in the museums. I said that.
Hey, listen, I got to go back, so let me get the like a little last word, and I ain't trying to get the last word. I'm saying I just want to get something out before I have to go back. And hear me out,
Right.
brother.
We respect that.
Okay, and hear me out. Let me set the standard real quick, because we got to go by standard. You said that, but well, never mind. I'm trying to see how to say it without coming out disrespectful. What I'm saying is, understand, I meet these folks where they at. I meet them at the table. I let it be known, like, and I can't come with a story. I gotta come with a scholarly peer-reviewed source. That's from institutions and stuff. That's
Right.
like Google peer review. Hold on. So with that being said, brother, the grandmaster, well, I ain't gonna say that. Dr. Ben taught us, don't accept what I'm saying as true. Check it out for yourself.
That's what
Exactly.
I tell everybody.
And listen, I come from the school of thought of Sheikh Anta Diop, John Henry Clark, Chancellor Williams. All of those are professors with degrees behind them, and and you know what I'm saying? Because I can't go to these Arabs who stand over there in our land, in the black land, saying this is my land, but they're gonna be like, prove it. I gotta come with a scholarly source. I gotta have somebody with a degree behind, a PhD behind me. You know what I'm saying? They gotta respect it. So once we go to scholarship and documented history, that's why the Bible is no longer taught in school.
that's
But this
a fact.
is
That
what I'm
is a
talking
fact.
about. Hold on, hold on.
That is a
This is
fact.
what I'm talking about. We finna get it in the schools. They done robbed us too long of our history, and it would never. And I'm telling you today, this is like a big point of what I'm making. It would never be taught in school that the Hebrews were black. We working on right now. Hold on. We working on right now. The DNA analysis is out. They tried to come with some fake ass analysis, the 2017 study, but if you Google Dr. I'm not Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. Sorkiata, who is a biological anthropologist. If you Google Christopher Eric, who is a linguistic historian, they killed that 2017 study. They use a multidisciplinary approach. Like we go to linguistics, we go to archaeology, and we go to little anthropology, all that says that these people were sub-Saharan African. So once we establish that, boom, and then if you want to go to, and I ain't never heard the Greeks were black. That's another thing that will never be taught at school. You have to show and prove that. Hold on.
Right.
Now,
Research
the Moors is a whole different subject. They try to take the Moors from the Moors were black. The word Moor means black. It comes from the Greek language. The Greeks saw the Moors and called them Moor, meaning they called them black. That shows you that the Greeks are not black. The Greek historian Herodotus said the Egyptians were black. He didn't describe the Syrian skin color and all them, the Assyrians. Why? Because they look like him. He was describing people who are drastically different from him, which were the Egyptians and the Ethiopians, black people. So what I'm saying, and hear me out, and one more thing, I will say this about the Moors. You brought up the Moors. I ain't gonna lie, that's another one we need to. Yeah, they trying to take from us. They try to say they was Berbers. It's like no. Even we was Berbers too. They just took over North Africa and they pushed all the blacks further down south. But brother, I get what you saying. More to the story is I'm gonna leave you with this. I get what you saying, but you say next time come with your sources. I'm telling you, I'm sourcing it now. I'm giving you sources. You got to go and get your sources, which I understand, but you will never find a source that says the Greeks were black.
You do got them,
no.
brother. You got the corn.
It's out there. It's out there.
From a scholarly peer-reviewed source.
Say,
yeah.
Let me get when you saying institution, when you saying a PhD. You telling me about them, but you still going to the hill. I be trying to we be and we have nothing to do with Africa. That's already been proven. We're not.
You said we're hold on. Say that again. That bell going on. That means I got 5 minutes. What you saying?
I said, why would I go over there and be pushing that's our land when I'm nothing to do with that? That's some Pan-African thing. See, you got.
That's what I am. Yes. You ain't Pan-African?
No, I'm not a Pan-African. I said that's some Pan-African.
That's where we get that. Yeah. I like you. I would have talked to you more then. I'm for Africa all the way around the motherfucking board. Yeah. Pan-African.
Yeah, I'm saying everything is here. We keep saying
you indigenous.
But
Dane Calloway.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the whole nutshell of things, from the ancestors.
I think it just proves that we was just still all over this motherfucker, whether it's Pan-African or indigenous or whatever.
But if you do that, yes, we black people populated the world. We left out of Africa. DNA analysis has showed that black people left out of Africa like 50-some thousand years ago, and we populated Europe. The first Europeans, the European hunter-gatherers, are black people. We get it. The first Britain is a black, the oldest Britain. Like, so we got to do that. But at the same time, though, when you get your this one thing, Dane Calloway, the person, and these indigenous people would not do. They would not go get their DNA checked. But once you get your DNA checked, if you're a black man in America, it will point you back to Africa. It will say, no, it matches up with people over there.
Bloodlines too. You right.
We got blood.
And you can't disrespect the PhDs, because understand, if you get sick right now, you're gonna go to a PhD doctor and have them have surgery on you. You gotta have that standard. If you ain't talking about PhD scholarship, I can't argue against you just saying something.
You say
that's not how this works.
You say you can't what?
Yeah, brother, we got to have a standard. If we coming with this just talk, brother, you can say anything. When we go to peer-reviewed, documented, scholarly research or scholarly articles that's peer-reviewed by institutions, meaning that institutions stand behind that, that's what I'm on. But if you ain't coming with that, I can't even argue. You can say anything. I'm telling you.
Huh? Be going to. I was saying, ain't that still like a form of science though? Because like it's still like dealing with all of that. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to the DNA and stuff like that, the bloodline. That's why I say you're not lying about that. I agree, because we do still have different.
When you go to the hospital, do you be talking all that? Talking about the white man? I mean, I ain't gonna say the white man, nothing like that. But no, do you be when you go to that hospital, you want a PhD doctor All that other stuff go out the window.
Oh
So
yeah,
don't come with that.
I want somebody that has
A PhD
some
doctor.
history. Okay, that's been there. You know.
That's your standard. You got that
Right.
standard. So you can't lower that when it comes to the history of your people.
Oh no, and I don't.
That,
That's why
that,
I said,
that, that.
I mean, even though, like I was saying, even though representing like the Pan-African, I get that because I understand that knowledge too. And even over here, the indigenous people, it's still one being. And that's what I'm just, getting to the point. Like, we got different
Oh,
perspectives,
now we
but
will
it's
say
still
this:
the
when you brought
same
something
in some
science, there's no
ways.
such thing as race. Human beings don't fit in the category of race, really. Like because then you have to
It's
find
not even
yourself when you
race,
try to
it's one
explain
race.
somebody else. You'll find yourself if you're trying to explain race when it comes to human beings, you'll find yourself trying to like what is Kamala Harris, what race she is then. You see what I'm saying? She's basically everything. She's a little bit of everything. Now we're trying to deal with precise measurements. Meaning, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let y'all go. All non-African human beings are 1 to 4% Neanderthal. Just start there and go from there. But we gotta do this again, my brother. I appreciate
Oh, we
y'all.
is gonna do it again. I definitely would like y'all. Hey, friend request my bro. Bro request you. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna come back on here and do this again. It's much
Oh
needed.
yes, yeah. I'm with it. I appreciate y'all. Now, how the hell did you get off this?
It's an honor for you to come up too.
Huh? And I'm finna work, but I'm still finna be watching y'all live. So pretty much you can talk. Yeah, you can talk to me. I'm listening. I just ain't gonna be on it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share right now.
Thank you.
How do I bring up though?
Right, sis. Right. It definitely was a good discussion, and I definitely enjoyed this. I definitely did.
Mommy, cat,
I definitely did. And y'all know I got a little bit of editing to do. Well, I'm gonna say, Ty, did you freeze up? Yes, share the live, please, if you do not mind. Please share the live. Bro, can you hear me? I don't know if Ty can hear me. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get up off of here. I don't think bro can hear me. It don't froze. I was trying to. Can you hear me, bro? Well, he keep freezing. It's probably because he walking. Can you hear me? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna get up off of here, y'all. We definitely gonna do this again. I'm gonna bring some hot topics, and hopefully Facebook let me doing like they did tonight, okay? Because I mean, my people over here, it's my stomping ground, my foundation. So if not, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure you do. Isis Speaks, okay? That way you can join the conversation with us. I can bring you up. Yes, I was definitely cheesing, okay? I just feel like sources had me sitting that way for a reason. But I ain't mad. I'm not even mad at the motherfucking energy, okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. Ty, can you hear me? Okay, he still can't hear me. Well, I'm gonna get off here. Like I said, I will see y'all soon. We'll be back. I'll let y'all know when the next live for this one is gonna be going on. Think of another platform. I also can go live on TikTok too. So if y'all not subscribed to me on TikTok, make sure you subscribe to me on there as well, because I definitely am going to be using it too. You know what I'm saying? To go live on it, because I can go live over there as well. Because Facebook be on a whole nother level. But I enjoyed the conversation. It was an honor for both of the brothers to come back in. Okay, I'm gonna let Ty come up and say his last piece before we get up out of here. Oh, hold up. It's not bringing your name up, Ty. Hold up. Okay, let me see now. But I freaking enjoyed it. It was very informative on both sides. And I'm definitely gonna be. I got my homework out for me. You got any last things to say, Ty, before I get up off of here? I can't hear you, Ty. Tyrone. Let me see something. Once again, Tyrone. Okay, I don't think he can hear me. I
Can you
don't
hear
think
me
he can
now?
hear me. Oh, okay, now I can hear you. You got any last words you want to say before we get up off of here?
It was a great bill. Uh, I'm loving it, but I'm always, I always tell anybody, don't ever think what we say. Study yourself. That's why I say,
Right, still research on your
yeah,
own.
do your research. We don't do that blind faith. We understand. That's why I say when you able to go back and you able to look, you'll find the truth. But like I say, great bill. But we can I guess we got some more connected dots.
All right. Definitely do. Definitely do. I got some more hot topics, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. Um, gotta say, great bill. Love him. Hey, I had fun, even though the energy was they try to cut the energy, but we still making it do.
It definitely was a rise in the energy.
Yeah,
And that is just, I see that is a great thing sometimes. Well, for me anyway, I see it as a great thing.
yeah.
But yeah, it was much needed. It was much needed. I had a blast with y'all. I'm about tipsy as hell now. Um,
Crazy part is this. I ain't even much get this stuff, but I'm like, everything good. The next one, but hit me up and let me know what the next topic. Oh, but I got
I definitely will. I definitely will let y'all know. I gotta look how my schedule gonna be for work and whatever, and I'm gonna definitely just plan it accordingly. But I definitely would love to even as a part two to this or whatever,
yeah.
because we can go all day with this bill right here.
Oh yeah, this bill right here. I think you got it from the other side. You didn't get it from the side you wanted, but you got it from the other side.
Yeah, it bring more people on, and that's just a blessing within itself.
Yeah,
Well, honor,
you know.
an honor, within itself.
Mm, mm,
Got
wow.
to start well. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna get up out of here. My kid done destroyed my house.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'm fit to get in. I'm walking the dog so I can get in bed.
right, sis, watch this movie. Basically, it's gonna be watching you. Okay. But yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next one.
All
I
right.
know y'all can't see me, but y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
All right, so that means y'all can feel me
Peace.
at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So love, peace, and oneness.